Showtime in 60 seconds. "45 seconds. "30 seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
So you're a pretty big Bucks fan by now, right, Seth?
I love
being here your entire life.
No, he's a Bears fan.
I bleed creamsicles and pewter and red.
No, I just don't get why you guys don't like.
Swing for my beanbag, dude. I was raised a Bears fan, okay?
And I was raised a Packer fan.
It's like a religion. There's no just changing it up.
And I like the Bucks. They're my second team, but my favorite team is the Packers. His is the Bears. It's you inherit it from your dad.
I just don't get it. Like,
just because you didn't have a dad doesn't mean
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Man, I hate to sound like some old timer, but thank God it's Friday. Been a long ass week. Woof.
That's what I said until I realized we have another show tonight.
Yeah. 7 shows this week. Seven shows.
11 if you're into the podcasting scene.
Yeah. 11 by some people. Man.
Guys earning your money.
Well,
we're trying.
Yeah, we're trying. How's your hair deal going?
Great.
You got
a couple more in the hopper, and it's going really well. We did over 2,000 grafts on Monday.
Really?
Yeah.
You still looking for any celebrity clients?
Like you?
Hold on. I mean, I think Seth was looking for a yes or no, and then we would have pivoted from that. But I guess if you want to get where the rubber meets the road,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for rubber. I'm looking for rubber.
I'm looking for a road. My hair's so, like I never. My hair just seems like it's really going away quickly, and I feel like.
But you did.
I did the hair thing, yeah.
But could it be Dan?
Did he get? How many grafts was it though?
2,500. But
Jesus.
he didn't do. It wasn't the machine or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
It was human.
Yeah, it was human, and I think that I would have had to go back and keep getting treatment. But
well, there's something else we can do too, Seth, and that is we can put you on that magic medication I developed.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let's talk about that.
Ivermectin?
No,
nope.
no.
I
He's
didn't
got
make
this.
that
He's got
up.
this. Hold on. He's got this like boner / hair grow deal.
Well, okay, all right.
Hold on, Dan. You know what? You might be putting in your resignation soon if you could get some major, like Pfizer or somebody to buy your concoction. Because there's not a man on earth that I don't know that would like to make their penis better and not go bald.
And pee and not pee all night.
And hold on, and help your prostate,
right?
So that you're not getting up at
4 times
1:30 in the morning. You know what? Here's what I don't understand. And Dan, you and I are the same age, and I have two of the 5 nights that that we have to go to work the next day. 2 of the 5 nights, like last night, I didn't get up at all.
That's amazing.
There's a lot of nights I don't get up at all, and I never ever get up more than once. If anything, I'll get up one time like around 12:30 to pee. But so I'm only half the time peeing, and it's only one time. But I talk to guys, other people my age, and they're like up 2-3 times a night peeing.
Oh yeah, it's very common to someone in the 50s and early 60s.
Yeah, so like, do I just my PSA score is a 0.1.
Right.
Do I just got a good prostate?
You've got a very happy prostate.
Now,
yes, you're emptying. The problem is with a big prostate, you don't fully empty your bladder, so you think you're done peeing
because it squeezes it off your bladder, right?
Yeah, it just doesn't let it empty all the way. It just leaves a little bit. It's retention.
It puts a kink in the hose, so to speak.
Right. So you can't get that last 50 cc's, 100 cc's. And so that means you have to, you're that far behind the 8 ball. Next time you have to, go to the bathroom.
Now I am weird, and I'm telling you, sometimes I'll just count 1001, 1002 when I'm peeing, and sometimes I can pee for over 65 seconds.
Holy cow!
I can pee for over a minute. Sometimes.
You got a good bladder. You got a stretched out bladder.
Oh yeah. Maybe my stomach that I stretched out went out and stretched out my bladder.
But it's amazing, Bubba, and you're a lucky guy because most men your age get up 2 or 3 times a night to go to the bathroom.
So I need you. I mean, I like to get my hair better.
Yes.
I like to keep my penis rigid.
Sure.
And I'd like to work on my prostate.
Win.
So how does a person get this?
Gotta be one of my patients. I'm not just going to randomly prescribe.
I am one of your patients.
And you can get it. So here's what I'm not going to do.
I'm not thinking about the dude that's not one of your patients. I'm thinking about myself.
Here's what I'm not going to do, like I've done for COVID, because I've taken care of now 600 people.
Yeah, here's what you're not going to do.
You can't just call my office and say, hey, call me in the penis hair medicine, because I'm not going to do that.
You're going to have
I'm not saving lives with that. That was a different set of rules.
You're going to have to come in and make an appointment.
Yeah.
And tell Dan your symptoms. I pee 2-3 times a night. As you can see, I'm a little thin on top of the head, and my boner's been a little suspect lately.
Oh.
I'm sure, Dan, you won't.
I've got the ambrosia for you.
So, Dan, you can look at their head and see that they are indeed thinning.
Mm-hmm.
You can take their word for it that their boner isn't as good as it used to be.
Right, I'm not going to check that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Dan,
honor system.
I'm practically your assistant. I'm trying to tell you exactly how you're going to diagnose this guy that come in. Hi, I'm Bubba Army. I'm from Spring Hill. I heard Bubba say that you got like a hair, prostate, boner deal. So I paid for the office visit, and Jennifer checked me all in, and I'm back here. And so if I'm Dan, I'm like, okay, I can see that you got the power alleys going, and you're getting a little thin on hair. So, okay, tell me about you. Can you not maintain an erection that good? Are you a little soft? Yes. Okay, I'll take your word for that. And then do you pee multiple times a night? Yes. Okay, no problem. I'm going to write you up and write you up a prescription. You go get it filled, and there you go.
There's only one other question. Allergies and other medications.
Allergies, and then
make sure there's no contraindications.
And then allergies and other medications. You'll ask if they smoke. Probably tell them they probably should stop. And then you're going to probably say, you might want to, yes, I can prescribe this medicine for you, but you might want to consider, because you're certainly a candidate for my new hair restoration machine. Once you get him in there with a thin, with a male pattern baldness willy, you might be able to upsell him to the hair replacement, right?
Definitely.
That's what you're wanting.
Right. And the thing is, the hair replacement replaces the hair you lost. The medication helps you prevent further hair loss.
So, and also helps your boner,
and helps your erections, and helps your prostate. So you don't have that frequency and
Dan,
urgency.
What's the cost of said medication?
It's like $50 a month. It's nothing.
Now, since it's a compounding, and one-off, and there's nothing like it unless it's compounded by a doctor, probably my prescription insurance wouldn't cover it.
Maybe not. Depends.
But it might.
It might.
Okay, especially if it's written by a doctor, and I didn't steal your script pad.
Exactly.
You know what? People that steal script pads are so stupid, because doctors have like this doctor shorthand deal that a pharmacy technician or a pharmacist can see from a mile away that you're not a doctor.
They can see a mile away, literally a mile away.
I
It's
know.
so obvious.
Right. I mean, literally, they take one glance at it, and within 0.6 seconds, they're like, "This is somebody that's forging a doctor." Because these doctors have some of this stuff that you don't even know what it is. You'd be like RE 2 colons, and I mean, am I not right?
Yes, and the pharmacists know my crappy signature. The ones around town, they all know my signature. I've written so many thousands and thousands of prescriptions over the years, and so as soon as someone, because some people have stolen and tried to write scripts, and I get calls immediately. As soon as it happens, I get a call. They're like, "Oh, we have a suspicious
we got a Lucy
prescription here."
Jones. She's 39, date of birth 4/16, whatever, and she, in cursive, wrote out 60 Percocets, 10 by 325 mgs. 62 refills. This looks a little suspect.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Dan's going to give you 12 Percocets, no refills, and with his scribble scrab deal, and he's not going to say 12 Percocets, no refills. He's going to have some kind of shorthand Willie in there that only the pharmacist knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, anyone that puts a refill on a Percocet, that's a flag right
That's
there.
what I was trying to be over the top. 62 refills. Right?
But even one,
because
you can't refill.
Some pillhead would do that because trying to get way like anybody could get 62.
It's like stealing a checkbook and writing
I
yourself
will
a
tell
$1
you
million
this, man.
check.
When I used to hang out with Hogan, and of course he had extreme back problems. Lummy, you being a fellow wrestler, you can identify.
Yes.
But
Same back problems.
He literally had legitimate doctor prescriptions that gave him 90 Vicodin, like 90 Vicodin. Like, for
They won't do
real.
that anymore, Bubba. But the laws have changed, and you cannot get those massive scripts anymore because there's a potential for abuse. And so those days are over. They ended about 5 years ago.
So what we think, like if you're in the most painest of pain and you're Hulk Hogan and you got your doctor and you're in the back pocket, what, maybe 30?
He'd probably give you 40 or 50, but he's not going to give you 90.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
So let me speak. So anyway, Dan, if a person would like to make an appointment, 4/8 and Diacos, and now you don't have to, you can be a dude and not necessarily get the hair replacement, but now you can get the prostate health, better your hair, and get a nice boner drug from Dan that he's compounded, I'm assuming, with Davis Island Pharmacies.
Yes, it is. It's Davis Island Pharmacies, a life-saving pharmacy that has done, really God's work over the last 4 years.
Now, is it a pill or is it a cream?
It's a capsule.
It's a capsule. Perfect. One a day.
One a day.
One a day.
Take it at dinner time.
Take it at night. Take it at
And
dinner time.
you'll have good fun before bed.
So, okay, great. There you go. 4/8 and Diacos, and Dan can maybe give you a little valuation on your hair and maybe sell you, show you this machine. So, Seth, do you think? Well, first of all, you had your hair restoration done about what, maybe 6 years ago?
Yeah, like 5 years ago.
All right, and when they first did it, it really kicked ass.
Oh, it was hot, man.
I mean, it was really full and lustrous, was it not?
I was peak Seth at that point. I had a hairline. I was the toast of the town, Bubba.
Probably 30 pounds lighter.
Yeah, and then I left the bone, and then my hair started to go away, and
How does it mean by go away? The grafts died, or what was left before the grafts died?
Dan, like this, the like my hair, like that's like the
I
bald
gotta really
spot.
look at it closely.
But Dan, come up here and look at it real fast.
Well, just like the bald spot that I have it's way more prominent than it was years ago.
But to me, it didn't look like you have a bald spot.
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Now, the very top, Willie, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Dan's doing he's doctoring.
Yeah, you need it here in the middle more than anything else. Because your hairline's pretty good. Just maybe just a little bit here and then
Yeah.
a lot here.
I was
Dan,
full.
look at Dan.
I was full.
Still got hair to harvest.
Yeah.
You still got hair to harvest. That's a new country song. You still got hair to harvest.
That's fresh off a haircut too, so there's more hair where that came
I'm
from.
harvesting the corn today and then my hair tomorrow. So with Seth,
So the philosophy now is to create a strong hairline in the front first, and then go back and hit the crown.
well, here's the deal. He had, a professional hair restoration for probably whatever technology they had 6-7 years ago, but it was not a machine. It was done, by hand.
It's still part of it's done by hand.
But what I'm saying is the machine. I've always had the understanding that the hair has the best opportunity to grow if it's implanted perfectly. If
it's harvested perfectly and handled perfectly.
Right,
There's 3 parts to it.
So a machine is more consistent than the human hand. And
absolutely with the harvest.
Right.
With the implantation, it's a little different because to have there's a robot that does it now. But to do that, it's got a long setup, and the robot
you don't have
does
the robot. You got the technician.
I have the technician to put the hairs in because the robot sometimes gets a little confused, and you have to shave with the robot. The whole head's got to be completely shaved
with the robot.
When you do it with the neograft, you got to shave the donor site, but the recipient site isn't always shaved. A lot of people walk in with 3 millimeters of hair anyway, so shaving them down to 1 is not a big deal. But someone that has longer hair in the front, or a woman, you don't have to shave their head.
Under your new system, would his hair have stayed better? Because
I think
the technology is better and there's a machine involved instead of all human deal. So the stuff that Seth has lost that he got implanted back in the day, would it under your system, would it be better?
I think there's 2 issues. I can't really evaluate the success of his grafts. He's telling me that most of the grafts are probably still there. It's just that he's had significant further hair loss. Yes, he's lost stuff around it. So had he been
a rough 5 years, Dad.
So if he had been on my magic pill, that would have happened.
So the new stuff they put in is great, but the old stuff, the old turf, it's getting worn out.
That's exactly what I think is probably the majority of his problem is just continued hair loss.
But if it gets on your magic concoction, your magic carpet ride, then boom.
Yes, that's the whole point. You want to preserve what you got because the hairs that are grafted are good hairs. They call them terminal hairs. They're from the part of your head that never goes bald. So theoretically, those hairs will stay there for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. The problem is that the hairs around them are still dying. And so if you don't protect them with this pill, you're never going to win. You're going to keep losing. The ocean's going to keep washing away the sand.
Oh,
Seth,
no.
when you did it,
global warming.
It's going to kill you.
When you did it 6 years ago, was it the same procedure now where they have to numb up your head and then it's like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours?
Yeah, I guess Dan gives out some laughing gas, but yeah, the part where they were numbing my head was extreme pain, and then when you started to kind of feel it, like when you started to become less numb during the procedure, and you're like, I need another shot. But yeah, I mean, the only thing that sucked is
the first injections.
No, well, that and having to sleep sitting up. That was tough for me. That's why I didn't sleep sitting up, and that's why my face got swollen and my head started bleeding, and I had to miss work the next day.
So do you, like Dan suggests, they sleep in a recliner?
Yeah. Right, Dan?
Yes.
I can't sleep.
But you don't swell that badly. It's just like a day or 2 you're a little swollen, and then you get back fast. I mean, I'm watching these guys after the first 2 days, like, I'm fine. It's not that big of a deal.
Like if I was to do it and I did it Friday right after the show, like I was in your office by 10:30, and then I took the entire weekend off. I have all of...
You'll be fine on Monday.
I mean, like, fine?
Fine to do radio? Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
How about my headphones? Is that going to irritate it?
Good question.
Probably. I do have earpiece ones I can use, professional ones. I hate them, but I could go a couple weeks if I needed to.
It would be a couple weeks, and then you could put your headphones back on. It depends on where we're grafting, but it looks like your headphones would be right in that area. Yeah. So, I'd want you to protect them.
For the longest time, I used to wear my headphones. Like, if you look at my old 98 Rock footage, I used to wear my headphones like this, like on my forehead and kick back because my Lori Stoller, when I was doing my frosted tips.
Yes.
While I was going, and she was like, I'm telling you, every time you take off your headphones, you're damaging hair follicles.
Yeah. When I come off here, I got a bald spot every day when I come off the show from the headphones.
So I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, so think about the tens of thousands of times that you put your headphones on. I mean, we do it 8. I think we do it probably 8 to 15 times a show where we're taking our headphones off and putting them back on, right?
Yes.
Because we have 8 breaks, add a couple more in there, here and there. So 8 to 10 times. So that's 50 times a week, right? 200 times a month.
Yeah, it's a couple thousand times a year.
Yeah, now
All
multiply
day
that.
long.
Multiply that by 40. I've been doing this 40
Yeah,
years.
it's 80,000 times you took off your headphones.
Right. So
It's a lot.
And so she said literally every time you do that, there's very few jobs that have something that you put right at the same spot on top of your head, 200 times a month, but you're damaging and breaking your hair follicles off. These, little by little, you're weakening your hair follicles every time you put your headphones on.
Right.
So I used to wear my headphones like this, like the way I have them on now, front, and maybe I should start doing that again. Maybe I should start, running them like this, Lummy, or do I look stupid? I think I
It
look
frames your face nicely.
Yeah, it actually looks stupid. Let's just be honest. Seth, be
But the
honest.
the headphones, I think even the arch of the headphones probably wears into your scalp a little bit like an old guitar.
And
you don't
here's
want
the
those
deal, man. I really wish
forearm prints.
I really wish that you just can't emulate the sound of like a Sony headphone, what we all use, or even what Dan uses, those gold-plated, whatever the hell he's got.
Pioneers.
And then, Lummy, you got me and Seth. I don't know what Rhett and Macho Man use in engineering, but me and Seth wear the Sonys. Dan wears these gold willies, but all of them have the strap on top of the head. Lummy, what do you got?
JBLs.
Are those your personals?
Yes.
Do you prefer those?
Just I
I know we have some Sonys. We have.
Yes.
But
I'm just used to them now.
Right. Isn't it too bad that they don't really have an earpiece that really sounds very good for radio, right? Like you just don't see radio guys, people in radio doing non-headphone, like.
Well, didn't Imus do like look like a stethoscope in his ears?
I was just gonna say Imus had the little like headphones.
Yeah, Imus did, but then again, he's dead, and he was, he was literally 82 when he was doing it. So I mean,
what's crazy is the nappy-headed hose wouldn't even work today. Like he still would have gotten killed today, like he did back in the day for saying that.
You're right. Maybe even. I mean, he caught a ton of heat on the deal because you know why, Seth? He wasn't trying to be funny about it or nothing. He was he was literally describing. Here's the thing: if he was being funny about it or trying to be funny about it, he might have had a little more wiggle room. But he literally described African American women.
He'd be calling Angel Reese a nappy-headed hoe. He'd be done.
But he wasn't even like saying, "Listen, quit." Wasn't trying to be a joke. Wasn't trying to trying to get heat with her because she's so anti Caitlin Clark. He just, in his racial old guy, probably don't like black people mind when he was in all honesty trying to describe the University of Connecticut girls basketball team. He described them as
he was at Rutgers.
I
sent you the video.
He was ahead of the game though, Bubba. He was talking about women's basketball back then.
You know why?
He knew.
You know what, my friend?
He's a visionary.
You are correct.
Yes.
I mean, he knew that he was. You are right.
He was planting the seeds for where we are right now.
We're all a bunch of wannabes sitting here, like back in 2001. He was talking about he was way ahead of the WNBA. Someday will be cool.
Yeah, but back then and even today, old men don't use nappy or hose in their vernacular. So it's just it's not words he would normally use. He was trying to be funny, I think, in my opinion, because he would never utter those words normally.
But I think when the first thing that came to his mind when he saw a collection of African American girls playing basketball was nappy-headed, and said,
Probably heard it on the subway, you think?
Yeah.
Where else would you hear that phrase? It's not like old men talking to each other. Look at them nappy-headed hoes as they're playing bingo.
Me and Lummy be like, man, did you see Connecticut? They got a bunch of black girls on their team. And that's what we might say. But, I wouldn't refer to them as nappy-headed hoes. That's not how I look at them. That's how he thinks they are. Hold on here.
Girls from Rutgers, man, they got tattoos and some hardcore hoes. That's some nappy-headed hoes there. I'm gonna tell you.
I guess we can laugh now.
Well, I mean, hold on. Here's the deal.
He was being funny.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. We can laugh now because they're not our words. We didn't utter them.
And they're not hoes anymore.
And these women are not, they're grandmas now, okay? And so, but it's
Let them
just,
scissor in peace.
I'm laughing
What
at.
year?
This is like, what was this, 99, 2000?
No, it
in
had
the 2000s.
it had to be at least
Really?
after
Well,
01.
look it up when it was, Lummy.
All right.
But here's the thing. I'm laughing at just Don Imus just let it rip, man. Like, how, if you're a broadcaster, how in your right mind can you not think that that's not going to, like, how can you not think that this is going to be problematic? I can't call.
2007.
Man, they got tattoos and some hardcore hoes. That's some nappy-headed hoes there. I'm gonna tell you
Someone
that.
else said hardcore host.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Who else was that? His co-host?
That was
Sid Rosenberg.
That was his co-host. I don't know.
Okay.
Did he get in as much trouble?
No.
I don't know.
He used the J. I don't even know if you could say the J word.
Oh, did he say that too?
Yeah.
On that same broadcast?
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, I need to go back and get it then.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, the J word.
What J word?
Well, I don't know if I could say
Hold
it.
on.
Girls
hold on,
from
hold on,
Rutgers,
hold on,
man,
hold
they
on,
got
hold on.
It's in the title.
Oh,
yeah.
God,
Oh,
that
really?
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said that?
Yes.
That's really.
That's Jay-Z's
that's-
nickname.
Tattoos and some hardcore hoes. That's some nappy-headed hoes there. I'm gonna tell you.
Let me tell you something. I want everybody to know that we do not condone Don Imus. He is dead now. But we do not condone or, in any way, shape, or form think that African-American women should be described as such. And Don, I think, caught a bunch of crap for this, as he should. And we're just...
Did he get fired? Or
no, he didn't get fired, but I think he damn near got fired.
Damn near got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then-
if it
and
wasn't
then-
him, he would have gotten
And
fired.
I think he had to have Al Sharpton on the show and
Yes.
everything.
Yeah,
Sensitivity
yeah,
training.
Yeah, he had to go on Al
And
Sharpton.
Al Sharpton came on, had to tell him he was a piece of shiz and all this kind of deal.
he had to deal with it.
I think he had to go down to Al Sharpton's church for a couple weekends and work the collection plate. I think he had to do a bunch of stuff. I really do.
He got a free pass on a lot of things because didn't he have that ranch in Texas where he helped kids that were battling cancer?
Yes. He was philanthropic. He was just an old guy. He's just an old guy, and a lot of old guys grown up in his generation, I wouldn't say don't know any better, but they don't know any better. And so hold on.
Oh, man, that's some. Ooh. And the girls from Tennessee, they all look cute, so.
That's
Like kind of
racist.
like I don't know.
Spike Lee thing.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Jigaboos versus the Wannabes.
Yeah,
that movie.
What the?
Wow. I mean,
Jesus.
Yeah.
This
that's even further.
hold on.
Thing.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Jigaboos versus the Wannabes.
Yeah,
that movie that he had.
Yeah, it was a tough.
Now, was that a movie he had?
I don't know if that's. I have never heard of that.
Those
as a
white men
Spike Lee
can't
joint.
jump. I mean, it was like.
Yeah, I mean, like.
I gotta type that in. What was it? The
Right.
Whataboos
Yeah,
versus
I'm-
who?
Yeah, I'm not going to repeat it, but I'll play it for you again for you to reference. Okay.
The Wannabes.
Yeah,
that
All right,
movie.
hold on here. This is not my words. This is Sid Rosenberg's words.
Lee thing.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Jigaboos versus the Wannabes.
Yeah,
that movie.
So he's saying that was a movie.
Let's
Is it
see.
the school days?
I don't know.
Spike Lee thing.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing
The
it.
Jigaboos
Bubba.
versus the Wannabes.
Yeah,
I think he's taken a movie that Spike Lee did and adding those words as the description in his mind
Well,
as to what it
it's-
was, but it wasn't really named that.
No, it's named School Days, and there's a chant with that in it. The Jays versus the Wannabes.
Movie that he had.
Yeah.
All
we-
right, so hold on.
So it is a movie reference.
Yes.
So it was uttered in one of Spike Lee's movies.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
So Spike Lee can say it, but he can't.
Well, no. It gives him. It gives Sid a little bit of insulation because he is.
These guys are still running hot.
It's a tough.
Do the right thing.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I'd have wanted to beat Rutgers or not, but they did, right? On Friday, I apologize for some remarks that
Not laughing
Now,
now.
hold on. Doesn't our landlord Mark Tate look like Don Imus
Yeah.
Exactly.
on steroids?
Exactly the same.
Don Imus on growth is what Mark Tate is he not?
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
and
He's a bad dude. Dan, he can take those how athletic and sketch it is to drive Supercross. Have you ever seen
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
that is no matter what form of race. I've raced in different types of form of racing, mostly roundy around dirt and some asphalt stuff. And it's a little sketch, but man, you get on these motorcycles, and these things are so powerful, they'll flip you over in any gear that you do. And they make these jumps and these whoop-de-whoops, and, I mean, you don't have any idea how athletic and just how
dangerous it is. I remember Brad Stoller, he broke both wrists warming up for one once.
And
both wrists.
And so anyway,
how do you deal with that?
Tate. Mark Tate can get on one of these things, and he drives in the senior division. But they have a senior division, and he used to be, when he was younger, as good as these dudes now. But even at his age now, he throws these things around on the supercross tracks.
That's crazy. You know who else does that? Is Evie's husband still does it.
Oh, really?
He still jumps motorcycles in his late 60s.
Others made, but particularly ones that I made. On this program to the women's basketball team at Rutgers University. And it was a straightforward apology that Charles and I wrote. And I didn't I didn't think it was necessary to offer any excuse. No, I don't think there is now. I didn't think there was any need for me to put into any sort of context what happens on this program, because I unwisely just assumed that everybody knows, and obviously they don't. And I didn't think it was
What's he
important.
saying?
So is he? Hold on. Is he?
He was saying he's being sarcastic. He was being sarcastic and trying to be funny,
But what
and
I'm
it just
saying
didn't
is,
come out.
he's saying that he didn't have to further elaborate on his apology, because is he doubling down on the?
Yeah, that's what some people said back then. Is that he kind of thought, he's Don Imus, he's not going to get in trouble. They didn't like his apology.
So his apology was much like
wasn't
like
sincere. I'm sorry. I'm not telling you why. I'm not telling you what I'm going to do about it. I'm just going to say I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Don Imus, and I made a reference to the Rutgers basketball team last week, which was not cool, and I apologize for my words describing Rutgers, and that's not how me or the station management feels. Thank you. I mean, just something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
My comments do not reflect that of my advertisers and or ownership of this radio station. Thank you. And so I guess people took a shiz on his apology. Now he's doubling down and saying I didn't have to overdo my apology.
Program, because I unwisely just assumed that everybody knows, and obviously they don't. And I didn't think it was important to talk about what I do with my life, what my wife does with her life, and who I am, because I thought it was important that I apologize to these young women and to that coach and to their parents and to you for.
Well, yeah, I mean, they wouldn't get into his lifestyle. Reason why I said this is because I was brought up in the 20s, and that's the way
exactly. He's like, I'm not going to go into this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, mistake, move on.
Right. Do they want an explanation on why he said that, or, potentially why his mindset? Well, because I was raised in the 20s, and people talked different back then and had a different mindset about, types of people, which were wrong, obviously. And we've now, as a country, as a world, grown, and to be, hopefully, as we're becoming less racial and racist and stereotypical, and hopefully we are. I mean, it seems, I don't know. I mean, I think we are, but we're not.
Don't read Rumble chat. If you think that's the case.
Is Rumble I don't
No, not about this show, but Rumble in general. I think that the racism is on display every single day.
In Rumble?
Yes, absolutely.
Going both ways.
What do you mean?
There's a lot of watching African Americans be racist against white people on Rumble. There's a lot of watching
you can do that.
African and Middle Eastern immigrants being racial to locals in England and in France and in Germany. There's a lot of racism going in every direction. And
it's not racism when it's targeted to white people.
I didn't say racism towards anybody. I just
said racism.
I said there's a lot of racism. I didn't say black, white, towards whom?
True, he did say it, as an overall umbrella. So yes, you can take it any way you want.
Yeah.
Black on white,
it's a lot of hate.
White on black, brown on blue, brown on black, black on brown, brown on white, white on brown. I mean, it sounds like like I'm at Sherman Williams picking out colors for my bedroom.
It's everywhere.
It really is. It's everywhere, but yet everybody tries to stick their head in the sand, but it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. And I think that racism in America is a lot less prevalent than it is in a lot of other countries. I mean, we embrace almost every religion, race, and culture in this country, and almost no other country does that.
We even let people come in that were bad guys in other countries and go into little towns in Ohio and eat your pets. That's how tolerant we've become. I mean, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could be in Springfield, Ohio, and your little kitty that you let outside to go TT Pooty got eaten by, Harry Haitian. Just saying. Now, and here's the deal. Then we're gonna argue about it as to whether that's really happening or not. Like, is it really happening?
I think
are people getting footage of their cat getting eaten?
I think it's happened.
It has happened. There's no question. It has happened. The question is it happening right now on a regular basis as a result of this massive migration? That's the two different stories.
So here's the deal. It has happened in Springfield and Ohio.
It's happened throughout the entire world. But is it happening like this last few months in Springfield, Ohio, or other cities in America?
City manager says no.
Yeah, well, how does he know?
According to Dave, what's that guy's the interviewer that everybody hates now?
Oh, the ABC guy?
Yeah. What's his
David
name?
Muir?
Yeah, David Muir. According to David Muir, the city manager says no cat, no pussy eating around here, buddy. Meow. Man, those two moderators are taking a ton of heat.
Well, they should. I thought they were a little unfair.
Oh, it was really unfair. But
totally unfair. Let's not leave it a little.
Kamala, man, she's riding the wave. I'm telling you right now, she's riding the wave.
Do you think that she was?
She got Taylor Swift.
Do you think she's giving the questions?
She kicked Trump's ass. But most people, not that. If you're a Trump fan, you're not going to agree, but most people that are unbiased, even if you're going to vote for Trump, would say that she performed better than Trump did in the debate. She got the Taylor Swift nomination. I mean, old girl is on fire. I guess her big rally she did yesterday, Lummy, in North Carolina or something like that, legitimately, they didn't have to bus people in, legitimately did pretty damn good.
Well, they have on X, they have buses out front. Yeah, so they keep pushing that too.
Yeah.
How she has to bus everyone in.
Hey, can you guys see? Seth and I would be not the ones that could see as good as well as you two, but Big Red tore a bicep over this, and Lummy and Macho Man came in for the cleanup on aisle 2. And Lummy, we got the two big. We used to have two flags back there, but as we're trying to make the studio aesthetically look better on camera,
it's on screen right now. Macho put it up.
Man, look at those. Now, is that not just so, especially Doc, he makes them for me for dead cost. He really does. They're not that expensive. But Lummy, man, it's way better than two Bubba Army flags. It pops.
It does. It looks great.
Seth, don't you think they look so much better behind? Oh, man, look at that.
Riley feels like we're in a real studio.
And then, I mean, let's be honest, Lummy, we've not made a big deal about it, but we do now have a new outside sign that looks pretty damn cool.
It sure does.
Looks awesome.
Bubba Army World Headquarters is our. I don't think we've posted any pictures of it.
No, we have not.
Yeah. We may not have a permit for it.
So. Need to. So what's the there's a whistleblower from ABC about the debate?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know. Let me send me that article, okay?
Okay.
And we'll get to it next. We also got to talk about the paper tiger from the Dolphins, and that's How do you say the guy's last?
Tua.
Huh? No. How do you say his last?
Tagovailoa.
How do you say it again?
Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa?
Sure.
Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa.
How is this guy paper tiger for getting hit in the head?
Formerly from what? Alabama?
Yeah.
Didn't he win a national championship with Alabama?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's hurt all the time.
He's had 3 concussions his career.
Now,
and
let me ask you a question.
Didn't he have like a hip or a leg or a knee or?
Dan,
was he at college?
if you would the league? God, look at that! Look at that shot. Of that Bubba Army. Look how good. I mean, that's a real studio right there, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we need to clean the bar. It looks a little trashy up there. We do got a new air purifier up there. Did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see if it starts purifying. So listen, I got to go into words.
Can you hear it?
We're gonna. No, I can't.
No,
I can't.
It's still on high.
Okay, good. Let's keep it that way then.
Okay.
So, before I go into words, when we come back, we're going to talk about Tua. my question is, Dan, if you were to get, this might be a 6th or 7th concussion. He's missed games because of concussion. Could there be a number, or is it just basically, your reflex skills and they would have to do through testing? But could you come up with could the NFL Players Association come up with a number, be like, okay, after 10 concussions, you're done? Like,
I don't think that's fair.
They're all different.
You'll see, yeah, because everyone's different, exactly. And you remember Aikman, he got that one season. He ended up with like 5 concussions in one season because they didn't give him time to heal.
Well, that wasn't even when they really diagnosed him either.
Right, but
he had to like really, really get your eggs scrambled for them to even look at you.
And my philosophy is this, and we all grew up with Mike Tyson. He never got knocked out until he got knocked out in a car accident. And then Buster Douglas knocked him the F out.
So hold on.
And so once you learn how to get your ass knocked out, it's easier for your body to do it.
Wow. So it's almost reverse everything else.
Right. You don't condition yourself to be stronger. You condition yourself to be more prone.
Like, here's the deal. That'd be like, you go and lift weights for 2 years, right? And your bench press before you lift weights was 150. And after 2 years, you lift weights, you look good, but now it's 115.
Yeah, that sucks.
Right?
That's what your brain does.
But it's like your brain's strong as hell until it gets knocked out that one time. And then the brain has taught itself how to get knocked the F out.
Right, which is functional. Just like there's, fainting goats and possums that lay there. Sometimes getting knocked out saves your life.
So I have one last little story before I go to Words on Me, then we'll come back with the Tua stuff. But so I get Seth and I never talk on the phone, ever. It's usually just texting, and that's very limited unless he needs something or I need. It's just like, I don't really. Honestly, I think everybody, Mach, your mic's up, so's, of course, Rhett. I don't really communicate with you guys outside of work much at all. I like, your time's your time and my time's my time. Lummy, you and I probably communicate the most, and 80% of that's about you coming to the studios and doing a GOAT report.
Yep.
Like, Rhett, I don't really communicate much with you, not because I don't like you, you don't like me, but I just don't communicate with people. Macho, we don't communicate much. Seth, you and I don't. Dan and I do quite a bit. So anyway, Seth, I look at my phone. I'm at home. What was this, Seth? Maybe 12:30, 1 o'clock?
I think it was like 12 yesterday.
All right, he goes, hey, Sponjo, sorry to bug you. I'm like, yeah? He goes, the studio smells like the heat's on. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, I'm getting ready to leave the studio, and it smells like somebody turned the heat on. You know how when you turn the furnace on for the first time, like it really smells hot, like something's on fire?
Yeah.
And I go, okay, Seth, well, do me a favor. Look at the thermostat and tell me. He goes, I turn the thermostat up, because when we leave, we turn the thermostat up to 78 while we're gone in here. We don't need to keep it cooled. And then, so while Seth was turning the thermostat up, I go, Seth, look down on the thermostat and see if it says cool or heat. And he looked down and he goes, oh, I turned the heat on. So then I come into the studio this morning and it smells. No, I was actually here yesterday, let me at 5 o'clock.
Oh.
I came here yesterday at 5 o'clock to try to lift a little bit of weights. And I came into the studio, because I always do. And it's just, the air felt different. It just smelled different. So I went back, looked at the thermostat, and Seth I keep it on auto, which means it'll keep the temperature. The fan will turn on and off as needed.
Yeah.
Seth had it on, so it was running nonstop. Just
It doesn't work if it's just on. It has to be on auto for it to work correctly.
Right.
It doesn't work correctly on.
Well, I had to get it off the heat.
Seth got bamboozled by the thermostat.
All right, well, here's what happened. Because Big Red and Macho and Lummy were in here yesterday hanging the sign when I was doing the podcast with Brian.
Most beautiful sign ever.
And they got done, and it was just me. I thought that because of the drilling and everything, I thought that made it smelled like something was on fire, so I thought that it might have just been that area. So I started walking up to the ladder. I started smelling it. Like, I was trying to smell everything because I didn't want to leave here and then the building potentially catch on fire.
So when he called me,
I didn't know. I didn't even think that he was on. I just wanted to give you a heads up that it smelled like fire in case you came to work today and the building wasn't here.
So here's the call I get. Hello, Sponjo. I think the building might be on fire. I'm like,
that's an easy one.
I'm like, whoa.
What time?
What do you mean? He goes, well, I'm walking out of the studio and it smells like something's burning. like the heater or something's on. I go, okay. Well, he goes, I don't want the building to burn down or nothing. So I want you to. I'm like, just check and see if you turn the heat on, buddy. He looks. He goes, oh. Okay. All right, Sponjo.
It's a lot of responsibility when you're the last one here. You got to make sure the lights are off.
You're the night watchman, right?
Yeah, you got. It's tough, man.
Flashlight.
I was scared. I felt
it's tough. He's like, I don't want the building to burn down. We won't have a show.
I'm trying to think about the business.
Oh God, how much would that suck, Lummy? If we got our building burned down, that would be horrible.
Show up here at 5 and it's gone.
Yeah.
Feel like me last Friday. I show up, there's nobody here.
Same thing, right? We'll go through the Tua got.
Dude, this was sad. These are sad concussions.
Yeah, and what are they? Is there an early prognosis on how bad it is?
Yeah, everybody's saying he should retire. That's how bad
Come
it is.
on.
No. For real?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
And the guy that hit him was Hamlin.
Yeah, Damar Hamlin.
The guy that
died.
They had the cardiac arrest and,
Almost died.
Yeah. Dan, he has the concussion when Bubba will show it that, like, your arm stays up after.
Decorticate. Yeah, he got separated.
You got to decorticate?
Well, it's
he's had those twice.
We'll get it. Well, listen, we're running late.
It's posturing.
Lummy, let's get in. We're gonna get into that. We got a real live doctor here. You can tell us it's a decorticate, Willie, and we'll go ahead and break the Tua concussion right down to 0 next.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Earpiece.
I got like a little bald spot here from the headphones. I mean, I can cover it, but.
See, Dan, come look at these. These were professionally made for studio musicians.
You gonna try them?
And they actually molded to your ears. And
those are the real deals.
Yeah, these are the ones.
Do you feel like congested almost?
No, I feel completely opposite of that. I feel open.
Open? Oh, you don't feel enclosed?
Yeah, I feel like.
Oh, I feel like when I have like earbuds like that, or even when I just do the Apple earbuds.
Well, no, actually, you're right. I feel so enclosed that I feel like I can hear myself talking inside my head.
Yeah. That's the problem I get with things like that.
Yeah, so like I feel like I'm in my own head. So I'm gonna try to put them in. See, they fit. They're molded.
They're perfect. Yeah.
And then they go over. Then they go over your ear like that.
Yeah.
It's like the ones the TV guys wear.
It's a good
right
look.
now I can hear myself.
You look better like that. I mean, if you can deal with it, it would definitely save. Because that thing coming across your hair.
Yeah, that's what it is.
For years.
Yeah.
And it pulls them out. Just like the little toilet paper will pull out your hair.
And if it doesn't pull it out, it's damp. It's killing them.
Yeah, it's breaking them.
I'm gonna try this. I guess I can do this. Check 1 2 2 2. Whoa! Wow! Ooh. Check 1 2 2 2. Check 1 2 2. Man, this sounds crazy. This sounds crazy. I don't know if I can do this or not. I feel like I'm in my own head. I feel like I'm giving myself head. Got to turn the volume way down, about right there. Might be better for me actually. If I could get used to these, it might be better for me because I don't have my headphone volumes turned up so much because they're so close to my eardrums. Do I sound different? I don't think I sound different. Do I sound different, guys? Are you here? Are you with me? Are we talking? Do I sound different, guys? Are we working? We working? Are you here? Are you? Feel like Hootie. We working? Sound the same. I've been looking for Gene Lasker's Flirting with Disaster parody all over the place. I'm traveling down the road and I'm effed up by Gene Lasker. He's trying. I use a set of those at work. Grouper lips, of course, because you're the man. You're a zillionaire. Slightly cannish. Well, it doesn't change my microphone. and you can't hear me. You can't hear my headphones. There's an echo. Oh, that's right, because we've got the hot mic on. There you go. All right, so, yeah. Hey, let me thank you. See, I sounded cannish because we had the hot mic on. So now you're just hearing me through the microphone, not... Man, look at that studio, Rhett. That's a great shot, that lower left. That is nice. So is the right one. And we got the best studio ever. I don't care what anybody says. Got a badass studio. Look at that. I'm going to turn your mic on, Lummy.
Fucked up like Gene Lasker.
I'm traveling down the road and I'm fucked up by Gene Lasker.
That was a good song.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm going to see if it's on Bubba Army HQ. It should be. For that guy that asked.
I'm traveling down the road and I'm fucked up by Gene Lasker. All right, well, these are my new,
Wyatt Harris, $100 on the Super Chat, Bubba Studios.
Look at that. Look at this. Sethy, look at this. Are we on? Well, they turned off the hot mic and turned on my mic. So just be careful because it could be feeding.
I got worried when I saw that you were on the air.
Yes, you're all.
Lummy,
on.
did you get to Wyatt Harris?
Yes, I did.
For the hundo? What?
Jesus. Oh, I didn't know if I was trying to have you hear it in the headphones. Your new headphones.
Yeah, I think. Hold on. Lummy, nothing on PayPal, nothing. Zero.
He makes miracles happen every day with a scalpel, silicone, and saline.
You're gonna like it, mister.
He's a doctor, he's a lawyer, he's also the king of tookies. Dr. Dan Diaco is guest hosting today. So please, for the love of the all things Dan, show your support via PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. The BTLS show now returns.
So, I made the great leap. I've done it probably 10 times since these were made. I think these professional molded to your ear headphones were done for me like in 2000 and like maybe 6 or something. I don't know, my buddy from DB Plugs made them for me. Let me Felix Barajas. Did you see that on the PayPal?
No.
25 on the PayPal. Thank you. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, the Bubba Army. And so as I'm dealing with, it makes me sound so old, but Seth is too. I mean, we're I mean, I feel like, because Seth's in his 30s still. Aren't you, Seth? Are you
I'm
still
42.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Well, way younger than me. A lot younger than me. So
Remember when you were 42?
Let me see. What year would that have been? What year would that have been?
Be like 2008.
Oh man, I was rolling, doing 2 shows. I mean, I was married, had a big ass house, had an airplane, could go and pay cash for a brand. I went to Stingray. I went to Stingray. No, Dimmitt. I went to Dimmitt Cadillac. And paid cash for a brand new Escalade on my American Express black card.
That's so pimp.
Big E 737-550.
And the guy, I was just like, I mean, again, I'm not. Listen, I wish I had those. I had been responsible and not been stupid and reckless with a sex tape and other stupid stuff that have led to my demise and financial downfall. But, I've done some stupid stuff. I don't know if I deserve where I'm at today, but so certainly some people helped me get to where I'm at. But, I can't sit back here and say that I'm not at least, I don't know, 50, 60% to maybe even more to blame on my plight. But when I was 42, I was rolling pretty hard, and my hair was a lot better. And so what I'm getting at is, years ago when I used to do the frosted tips. Let me when I was on 98 Rock, Morning Man, frosted tips,
Big Pimp,
driving an S600, and Lori Stoller was my. And by the way, she still has I think the most bougie salon in all of St. Pete. It's on 4th Street. I don't know what it's called, but she's owned it. She used to work for at Salon Vachon, but then she broke away from that girl. I forget what her name was. Damn, I forget. Mary Beth. She broke away from Mary Beth and Lori Stoller started doing her own place on 4th Street. She's like Lori Stoller in Tampa, Florida is like a very famous hairdresser.
Is it Aqua Salon?
It might be.
It's on 4th Street.
That's where Tara still goes, and just like Tina Fabrizi, all the rich bitches.
Gloria Zach 25
go to see Lori Stoller. So I used to go see Lori Stoller. She's a friend of mine. Her husband's a friend of mine, Brad. And by the way, I think speaking of girls basketball, I think Lori Stoller's oldest daughter is a big time. She got a scholarship for some college in Illinois. She played for St. Pete High.
Playing basketball?
Yeah.
Awesome.
As a girl's, I mean, Seth, if you're a girls basketball player for St. Pete High and you get a full ride scholarship to Illinois, that's
kicking ass.
I mean, that's pretty good. Because Florida's not really noted. There's basketball states, and then we're a football state, But, certainly not a basketball state, and certainly not a girls' basketball state. So her daughter's so good at girls' basketball, she could be like a little Caitlin Clark. I don't know how many. I think she's maybe a sophomore, but
is she tall?
No, she's a guard. She's like 5'10".
That's tall.
Maybe,
for a girl, that's huge. It's good tall, but it's still tall. It's not like 5'6", 5'5".
No, but when you get in Division I, your guards are between 5'9" and 5'11". Then your forwards are like 6 foot to 6'2" or 3, and then your centers are 6'4" and above. That's Division I stuff like LSU.
Girls.
Yeah, girls. So anyway, she's been the hairdresser of the Stars for years, and back when I worked at 98 Rock, I'll tie all this together. She told me, listen, man, your headphones, every time you take them on and off, you're going to eventually have a faster than you normally would start having thinning hair, male pattern baldness. Now not only as I gracefully get older, am I gonna probably develop that issue? Yes, but I think you multiply, or is it maybe exacerbate? How do you say that?
Yeah, you exacerbate
the situation by putting on headphones, 8 times a day, couple thousand times a year, and all my hair follicles in the middle of my head are dead, and not doing so good. Seth had the same problem until he did a hair replacement gimmick. And that was 5-6 years ago, and he might have to do another one too. That being said, I have these professional grade inner ear, like TV guy earpieces. You can see them. If I show the camera, you can see, and they're molded for my ear, so they fit. They take like a hot wax and they jam it in your ear to get a mold of your ear, and then they make them. They make the ear, literally fit right in your ear. And I have tried over the years to use them, but always give up. But I really think I need to start. And I really think I need to start using them. I don't think
they're less cumbersome though, aren't they?
Well, I don't think I sound any different. I mean, I sound a lot different to myself, but I think I could get used to it.
You sound normal to us.
And you're doing this because you're worried about going balder?
Well, I think that, maybe if I do Dan's deal, okay, maybe like this. I'm thinking about doing Dan's deal like maybe during Christmas time when we're off. That would probably be the best, right, Dan?
Yes.
So do it then. But then I'm going to probably be maybe jeopardizing my hair restoration that Dan does on me when if I was to continue to use headphones, taking my headphones on and off might be damaging what Dan just planted, the corn he just planted.
Yeah, you don't want to kill the corn.
Stepping on my corn all day.
Yeah, exactly. You want the dog stepping on the corn.
Yeah, I want if the kids are out playing in the cornfield all day,
Ain't nothing
you're
gonna
going to get
grow.
a certain amount of stalks that get knocked down. Well, if you tell the kids, don't go in the goddamn cornfield, okay? Listen, we used to get in so much trouble in Indiana because one of the things in Indiana is, man, these cornfields are, 10 acres big, and you'd go into the middle of the corn.
Can you really hide in there?
Oh my God, yes. So you'd go into the middle of a cornfield, and we'd clear out enough to put a tent, and nobody from the road, you'd be like almost a quarter mile into the field, so nobody could see you. Unless you're in an airplane or a helicopter, nobody could see you in there. And you just, you do bad things. You do bad things.
What kind of bad things would you do?
Well, like
Berto Perez, 20 on the rant.
Like blast chicks and drink beer and smoke pot. Do all the things that kids don't want to do out in the open back in the day. So let me, and then the farmer, they don't really go out into the middle of their cornfield until they harvest.
Yeah.
So they don't know what's in the middle of their cornfield. They don't. So but when they start harvesting and taking the cornfield down to nothing, and then they get this big ass patch. And of course we were pigs. We didn't, clean up after ourselves. There were Little King bottles and Mickey Big Gulps and Miller Lite, and we had
So you guys weren't covering your tracks?
No, we just leave all that stuff out there, and sleeping bags, and just all of our trash we just leave there. And the farmer they would literally have like an investigation who did it. Like they'd never catch us, but you can do a lot of cool things. And so the ongoing thing was don't play in the cornfields because you at that point you're breaking a bunch of, maybe, I don't know what the value of all the corn we broke. But, then the guy had to stop the combine and clean all that up because he can't run over a sleeping bag, and it goes into the corn hopper.
No,
you know
that's
what I'm
not
saying?
cool. Yeah, the whole day's ruined.
They'd be so mad. So, Lummy, I'm going to try to stop breaking my corn stalks in the middle of my head and start using these inner ears. And if I get, I sound really, really, to me, they sound way different. But I'll tell you this, man, it makes me run my headphone volume a lot lower because the speaker is that much closer to my eardrum, which might be better for me because I run my headphones a little bit hot. So, maybe this will be better on my ears. That or it's worse on my ears because it's that much closer to my eardrum. Remember I was having, Dan, for like 2 years, major eardrum?
Yes, I do remember.
And can I tell you, you never diagnosed it. And I even went in for like an MRI and stuff, and they could not see anything wrong with my ears. Do you know what I think it was?
What?
And I don't even know if this is a possibility because I don't know the working of I don't know, I'm not a doctor, and I don't know the parts of an ear. But the way that I understand the way an ear works is it's like a lot like a fluttering speaker.
Yes.
And it's a speaker that flutters, and then my philosophy is I had irritated the membrane that holds the speaker in place and flutters, that I, over the years have irritated that membrane, which you could never see on any type of scanning or looking at the ear, but I had either stretched it or bruised that membrane, and that was causing my pain. And I don't think that.
So you don't think it was the eardrum itself? You think it was like the periphery of it?
I think
like
it was
where it attaches to the rest of your
I think it was the whatever
holds it.
Would it be a cartilage? What would it what holds?
It's just connective tissue.
So I think that I irritated my connective tissue so much over the years because when you have headphones on, those what are those? What's the inner working of your ear? The membrane? No,
the tympanic membrane, the eardrum.
Yeah, the eardrum. So the connective tissue that holds the eardrum, I think that I just wore it out, and that's what and I wouldn't.
Did the inner ear things that you're wearing now help when you had that problem, or did it make it worse?
I never used
Oh,
them.
you didn't try it?
I never used them.
Oh.
But my volume that I have my headphones set up right now is way, 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 way down, which means it's probably, less
radiation going into your brain too.
My little eardrum might not be flickering as hard, but I would be okay. The worst is when we did 199s because I would have to really run my headphones hot.
Yeah.
And it would be an additional show that we did. And then over the weekend, my ear would get better. And then by like Thursday, my ear would start hurting again. And then by Friday, it was really bad. And then it would get better over the weekend. And then it would just be a progressive cycle. And finally, I don't know if it was a vacation or something, but they healed. And I haven't had that issue now in a couple of years. I haven't had like that ringing ear, sore eardrum issue for a couple of years. Do you notice, Dan, I stopped complaining about it?
Yes, I did notice.
So it just kind of went away. I don't know if it just...
It was nothing. It was just some chronic irritation, just like that, that sore knee that goes away eventually.
So, Lummy, I'm going to start wearing these. Plus, you know what? It looks better.
You do look better.
No, I mean, it's not having a big old honking head bar above me.
Mm-hmm.
Seth, maybe I should get you. Would you want some of these?
No.
You know for sure.
Yeah. I messed around with those before.
Because they get you. It feels like you're in your own head.
There's no more room.
Well, Seth, hold on. Seth's like, hey, Sponjo, I've been in my head since I was 16. Don't talk to me about getting inside my own head, bitch, with some headphones, because I'm in my head physically, mentally, metaphorically, all my life, buddy.
Yeah, there's no vacancy there.
I was diagnosed with that a long time ago.
I'd really have to start taking a Xanax before every show if that was going to be the case.
I'm already in my head. If these earphones make me get more in my head, I'm done.
Those were popular for a while, though, Bubba. They came out. I don't know if it was Imus, but I don't know if MJ, but a few people started wearing those, and I gave them a shot, and I didn't like them at all.
See, these are these are actually ones that a guy came in and they had to make them, and they're made for like rock musicians for their inner ear. Like that's what these the Taylor Swift probably wears an inner ear for a monitor.
Oh yeah,
stuff like that. So that's kind of what it's for, musicians. And, I guess maybe talk show hosts.
Did you have the real deal custom form-fitted ones, Seth?
He just started. You just have the earbud Willies.
I just had regular earbuds.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I imagine it's a little different.
Yeah, it is a little different. You're even more in your head, which is exactly what he does not need.
I'm definitely in a different radio world than Bubba is.
Has not to bring up the AI parody song Willie. But has little Sammy been putting over her song?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And did the Phoebe's the best mom in the world get you any been over the washing machine, Willie?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it did.
Oh, they are going crazy, man.
You want to make some more?
Yeah, we got to get that $49 worth.
Yeah, I tried to make one about Brian, but it won't. It won't. It
won't say shovel face.
Hopefully it's done. Maybe it's done now because Dan, did you hear the one I made about you?
No.
Your truck?
No.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, damn it! It did. It did. Dan's hideous truck.
Yes,
is what it's called.
Lovely.
Yeah, I made one about you, and then I did make one about Babyface. I think I put in there Babyface sucks, but Lummy, the AI, they don't like any bad words at all. I got to get into my settings and allow explicit.
Yeah.
I love woke AI.
Well, you can turn off woke AI.
I gotta find the woke button.
Yeah,
I have the woke button.
You have to type the naughty button.
I gotta type.
Explicit turned on.
Because I put Dan Trucks. Dan Trucks is hideous. And it really had a hard time. See, normally it can whip up, like if you put Phoebe is the best mom in the world. AI, it takes about 3 minutes and it whips up something. Because it's nothing adversarial or mean or anything like that. But if you put Dan's
Antonio Brown taking Taylor Swift from behind, it won't do that song.
No, and it won't do Dan. It won't even do Dan's truck is hideous. And it wouldn't even. I typed in Babyface sucks. And it wouldn't do that either. It named it Babyface's Nightmare. And then Dan's is called, Dan's Hideous Truck. I probably need to get both of those to to Rhett. But then again, I said I wasn't gonna do this, and
People
now
have been clamoring for more.
Yeah.
Really?
Do you really mean that, or are you trying to rib me?
No, I'm not.
They're ribbing me.
No, they love it. Everybody was going crazy for it.
Yeah. So let me last night, Bills and Dolphins.
Yes.
At Bills.
How was this for that great game that everybody said it was going to be?
It's at Miami.
Was this at
game.
Miami?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
That's even more of an upset.
Yes.
Oh, it was
The
bad.
Bills come in and whip that ass. What was it? 31 to 10. Is that what it ended up being?
Yeah, unless they scored in the last minute. I went to sleep. It was a horrible game.
I love these throwbacks the Dolphins have.
Oh, the jerseys?
Oh, yeah. Those are perfect.
All right, so here is only Seth knows how to say the guy's last name. Tua
People are telling me it's wrong. Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua Tagovailoa, formerly from Alabama, won a national championship with Nick Saban, has been with the Dolphins, if this is his fourth year?
Yeah,
Maybe fifth.
Two of the bum.
Rhett, you're a big-time sports guy. Do you consider this guy a bum?
Tua?
Yeah.
He's getting there.
Yep.
For real?
I'm calling that out for 4
Last night he looked like a Hawaiian Daniel Jones out there. He was not good.
Hawaiian Daniel Jones. And doesn't Daniel Jones got the most heat of any quarterback in the league?
Sure does.
I mean, as far as what they paid him and what they're getting?
I'll try to Deshaun Watson, probably.
Yeah, you're right.
Tua conveniently, I think, just signed, $250 million?
And like
$212 million.
And how much? Hold on. $212 million. And how much was the guarantee? Wasn't it like $160 or something? Wasn't it a pretty big guarantee?
I don't know the guaranteed money, but I bet it was over 100.
Yeah.
$167 million.
Yeah, I was right.
Yeah.
So does that mean
He can quit tomorrow.
Rhett, on a guaranteed NFL deal, does that mean that no matter what, you get ran over by a bus, you get concussed and you can't play again, you get put in jail, whatever, does that mean, doesn't matter, you're getting that money?
Yeah.
Period.
Unless you did something fraudulently in the contract that you held out, like you had a herniated disc and didn't tell them.
Yeah, if you get thrown in prison,
Yeah.
jury's out. But for the most part, that's guaranteed money.
And certainly guaranteed if you get hurt while playing the sport, for said team, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
inbounds.
If you're Tua and you've had so many of these head deals, and this one seems to be a pretty bad one, and you got a history of getting hurt, and you got 160. Did you say 169, Lummy? You got
167.
You got 167 guaranteed. Just be done. I mean, right? Like nobody could. I mean, not a lot of people can blow 106. If you got anybody that has any type of financial savvy that's working for you and investing your money and not letting you be like Keith McCants and buy three boats and 4 apartments for some bitches, I don't think you can go wrong. I think most of these guys have good financial guys now. We could very well. This could be the last. Is there a chance this is the last time we see Tua ever?
No.
He'll be back?
Yeah.
I think so.
You're down by 21 points, 4th and 4.
Well, here's the deal. Why do the Dolphins even, in today's day and age where you got, $200 million invested in a guy, I think it's pretty safe to say that with 4 minutes and 38 seconds left.
In the third.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
the
sorry.
Dolphins can score.
Hold on, Lemmy. I'm so sorry. I thought this was in the 4th.
Oh, no, unfortunately.
So I could see in the 4th why you would potentially pull out your $200 million man. But if this is in the 3rd, no, you're so solidly in this game still. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I thought this was my bad. So, yes, Tua has every right to still be in there. Because,
paying him $200 million to come back. Last week, they were not ahead until the very end of the game.
I understand.
The whole game, they were behind.
I understand. Here we go.
You're down by 21 points, 4th and 4. Pressure. Tua steps up. He's going to run for the first down.
No.
And takes a shot at the 6-yard line. Hamlin hit him.
And Dan, look, he's got that almost Brandon the Quad type, Cobra hand. Look.
At the 6-yard line.
Now, Dan, what is your body and your brain going through right now when you get hit so hard in the head that you start getting stiff arm Willie with the finger chasers? What's physically happening to your
cortex
head?
Is separated from the rest of your body, and it has to reconnect. It has to reboot, and it takes a few seconds.
Your cortex,
your cerebral cortex, the outer surface of your brain, is not connected anymore to the rest of your body. electronically. It has to reset.
So it just you loosen the wire and your body needs to resolder it.
Yeah.
And is that what happens? Your body resets?
Yes. It's just like a boot.
At the 6-yard line. Hamlin hit him. And Tua down.
His hand movements are purposeful.
Picked up the
what now?
His hand movements are purposeful. He's just not like catatonically like you've seen some boxers do when they get knocked the F out. And he just hit the guy's side. It didn't look like he was like a helmet or anything.
Hold on, wait till you see it. I do have a slow motion of it. Hold on.
First, split the seam, but pays the price.
All right, so let me show you the ISO. They're
allowed to wear that pad on their helmet these days too, aren't they?
No, yeah, there's a couple of guys who are doing it in games.
The Guardian cap? The Guardian cap?
You can wear that during a game now.
You can?
Yes.
Yeah.
He should have a big puffy one.
I got to tell you, man, if speed's not, because obviously if speed is your deal, you want to be as light and the less amount of stuff hanging on you, the better. But if you're a defensive lineman or offensive lineman, and those guys are getting hit in the head every play. They're getting, I would, and really speed on a 315-pound defensive lineman isn't nearly, having a cap on top of your head, being that big of a dude isn't nearly as
weighs
cumbersome as Tyreek Hill having it.
Weighs 7 ounces.
Yeah, 7 ounces. So if I was an offensive or defensive lineman, I don't care if I look like Corky or not. I'm wearing it. You know why
You're never wearing it, Bubba. You're never wearing it. There's no way that Bubba 2001 would ever wear the big goofy hat on his head.
Hold on,
zero chance at your football age.
If they were offered and some of my other defense, I wouldn't be the only defensive lineman or offensive lineman. But if I had 3 or 4 other dudes on my team that wore them, then I would.
Right, but it's like, okay, so when I first started snowboarding, nobody wore helmets. You were a tool if you wore a helmet. Now everybody wears a helmet, and so no one even thinks twice about it. So until everybody does it, you're a tool if you wear it.
Is there anybody in the league that wears them?
Lummy said like 3 guys in the whole league.
Yeah. There's like 3 guys now that are wearing them.
Okay, you watch. Next year there'll be 33. And then it's going to be mandated.
Tua wouldn't need one if he didn't run into guys head first and he was sliding.
If Tua, this is as much Tua's fault. Every quarterback that had any type of longevity in the league, and if you look at like Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, the guys that had a long career, a successful career, played well into their 40s. And got hurt occasionally, but none of them were. Every guy that I mentioned were sliders, meaning they would get as much yards as they could, and then they started that sliding motion, and then that automatically, because they know the rules, in the NFL. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rhett. The minute the quarterback starts the sliding process, then all bets are off. You can only touch him or kind of dive over him, but you cannot, smash him once he starts that slide.
Correct.
If you smash a quarterback while he's sliding, I think that's an ejection, targeting. They kick your mom out of the building. I mean, it's the worst thing ever for a defensive lineman, especially when a quarterback is in a really, really. You can tell that he's
giving himself up.
You can tell that he's starting the slide, because all the good ones, there's no question they're starting that sliding process. And so when you come in and take that guy's head off, they fine you, suspend you. I mean, it's bad. So why these quarterbacks, the new Caleb guy from Chicago, and even the guys that are notable runners, why they take these hits?
I mean, look at Lamar Jackson's been around longer than Tua has, and I mean, he's still staying healthy.
Yeah, but
Josh Allen's been staying healthy.
They're not everybody's built the same.
I mean, a lot of guys aren't going head first.
But if you're a guy that has sustained or susceptible to concussions, we would agree that Tua is that guy. Mm-hmm. Then if I'm the head coach or the quarterback's coach or the general manager, I'm like, listen, all training camp, I want Tua practices on sliding. He's no longer going to be a taking that hit quarterback. Boom. If you're paying a guy $165, $170 million guaranteed, he has to listen.
He has to listen even if you're not paying him because he's your starting quarterback and he's the most important person on your team.
Right. So you tell Tua, stop taking the hits, start sliding. You're not going to be a Jalen Hurts or a Justin Fields or a guy like that. I think Fields even is a slider.
Oh, yeah.
For the most part. And so, man, I mean, like there's, what you're going to get maybe an extra yard or 2, 3 compared to the possibility of getting this. Watch this. I mean, this guy, Dan said this guy's, connective tissue separated from his brain.
He was going for
this
that
isn't
first
the
down.
first time this is the 5th, 6th, 7th time the guy now has had a game-ending head injury.
It was the third.
Third time.
And a dead man gave it to him.
Here it is again. Shot from Hanwin right there.
I mean, this is the shot. So to me, Dan, it just really torqued it'd be like more of like a neck deal than a head deal, wouldn't it? Like more of a snapping of the neck.
That's weird. I mean, that doesn't even look like that bad of a hit. He also looks like he has a 1985 helmet on. And why doesn't he have one of the Rydells with the spring in the front?
Here it is again.
Those things make a huge difference.
Let's see if he hits his head on the ground.
Yep.
Down he goes. Here it is again.
That always kind of gets you.
It doesn't look that bad, though. He just ran into his chest.
Boop.
Yeah, and even the head to the turf, Seth, doesn't look,
that bad.
Doesn't double bounce.
It's real grass.
Hold on.
Here it is again.
Real grass.
Shot from Hanwin right there. Down he goes.
I don't know, man. That head did kind of hit kind of hard.
Yeah,
Hold
he
on.
needs to get one of them Rydell flexors.
I think you're
Speed
right,
flex.
Seth. It might have been the combination of being neck torqued with a big hard to the turf caper,
Again.
Boom. Now here,
there.
bang. Maybe this knocks him out, and it just completely. Now he's like unconscious Willie, where you smack the back of your
Bubba,
head.
what's he doing wrong?
He didn't slide.
But what else is he doing wrong?
I don't know.
His head's not up. He should be looking up. He's looking down like that. That's how you break your neck, right?
I don't know.
Rummy, he should be looking forward, not down.
No, he should have started sliding about right
But
right
if he's
now.
going to not slide and going to run into a guy, you don't put your head down like that because you break your neck.
Well, that's what he did.
Hanwin right there.
It's like, if he's going to run, he should be taught how to run correctly.
After this.
He won't be running anymore.
No.
He'll be chucking that thing up in the stands. First sign of pressure. And I think one more, and I think that this could even be the offseason where the Dolphins start, looking to get a decent backup quarterback in there.
Because they've not addressed that because I think they thought this guy was going to be Johnny, 15-year player.
Well, I think he had one in 2022. He had a bad one, and then he came back and had a really strong year last year.
4th and 4.
Last year was strong for him.
Pressure. Tua steps up. He's going to run.
So here,
he should have slid.
He got past the first
down.
So the line of scrimmage is the the 14, 13. Here's the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So
he
can pass the ball till there. Hold on, ready? Hold on.
Pressure. Tua steps up.
Now he's got this guy. He's got right here's the line of scrimmage. If he would have started his throwing motion earlier, I think he's got a couple guys open. But once you've committed to the run and you know where the first down marker is, this is where you slide. If he would have slid at the 9,
he's going to run.
If he would have slid at the 9, he would have picked up the first down and not been in an ambulance later that night. Again, start your slide on the 9 so your ass hits the 9. They put the ball at the 8.5. But contact isn't even till about the 11. I'm sorry, the 7. Here's the 7 right here. 5, 6, 7. They're about at 7.
Yeah.
First down marker was 9. He could have started his slide and still at this point you're trying to he knows he doesn't have the ability to make a touchdown. His mindset is to get the first down because it's 4th down now. So, it's 4th down. You're just trying to get the first down.
Yeah, a
That's
smart
it.
quarterback would have known where the first down marker was and slid.
And slid at the 9.
That was the right answer.
Pressure. Tua steps up. He's going to run.
Start sliding. Right where he starts anticipating how he's going to get hit. If he just would have done a slide right there, a baseball slide right there, boom.
Yeah.
Instead,
so he closes his eyes and puts his head down.
Shot at the 6-yard line.
You get stiff arm Willie.
And takes a shot at the 6-yard
doing his Billie Jean, Michael Jackson. Hee hee.
line. Hamlin hit him, and 2 are down.
And he almost kind of like baby fetuses up a little bit. Like he kind of gets into a fetal position. Look at him. And I mean,
picked up the first, split the seam.
Now, Dan, when they take him, did they take him to the blue tent or did they take him right off?
I think they probably took him right off. Right?
Took him, right to the back.
Right to the back.
Did the meat wagon come out and they put him right on the meat wagon?
No, he got up and walked.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know he got up and walked. When we come back, Hogan's concerned. Well, Hogan, man, I got to tell you, I got to get a hold of whoever is booking him for podcasting because I think he's I literally think he's on a different podcast I don't even know that he lives in Clearwater anymore. I think he's just traveling. I mean, he's everywhere.
Welcome to headlining the RNC, dude.
You're right. Or having your own beer.
Yeah, and having the pedal beer at these little towns, gas stations. Off of I-75.
If I had won, I heard that after the Gawker and after the Cox, again, this is just what I've heard, don't know it to be true, hot news, rumor on the streets, that he put $60 million in his pocket with all the settlements and all that deal. Would you be out in, Atwood, Indiana, 7-Eleven, traipsing across the country, or would you have your hot wife sitting at poolside rubbing your testicles and drinking Miller Lights?
I think it depends on how old you are, and 50
he's going to be 70.
50 Cent
he is 70
was
70?
was a $50 million man, and now he's a billionaire because he was still thirsty. And so I get it. I still get the drive. And to Hogan's only value is when Hogan is valuable. And so, his whole life is based on him being famous. And so when
he's famous for being famous.
He's famous almost for being famous. And so his relevance goes down if he's not out there all the time. I think that's more important to him than the true money.
Yeah, you're probably right. He's on the he was on the Jake Paul or the Logan Paul?
Logan Paul Impulsive.
Okay, he was on the Logan Paul podcast, which is the brother of Jake Paul, who is the guy that's going to fight Mike Tyson.
Yes.
And Logan Paul's in WWE.
Right. So he was on his podcast, and he thinks that Mike Tyson's going to get his ass kicked. We'll talk about that next. Hold on.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
I would not have said that.
Say it, cutting crew, when I'm right.
Should have walked away.
When I'm right, give me some.
Is this one soft enough for you? How soft that thing is.
Small.
It's 11 and a half.
Chad Pennington would never run headfirst like that.
Pretty soft, isn't it?
I mean, yes, but it needs some work.
Yeah.
Need some work. What up, Fred? Well, I'm from Louisiana, New Orleans. What's up, Brian?
I thought I had 2 Hogan deals.
What's up, motherfuckers? Where the money at? You gonna baby come to your house where your mommy at? What up, Chris? What up, Jesse? What up, Madden Crusher? What up, Wyatt? Mommy rap the kids. Have them crying for their mommy back. What up, Grouper? LM Close. Orlando. Per McGrom.
Yeah, they're very, very forgiving.
Caviar. Should've walked away. What up, Ashley? Sorry about this situation with your team. What up, 843? What's up, Gary? What up, Sizaint? Just busting out some Jay-Z, Kanye West, Watch the Throne. What's up, Boogie? What's up, Mitch? Mitch, you coming tonight? I need to get here early and do some work. What up, Coach Cooter? What up, Richie? Yeah, Tua was being crazy before he got hit last night, throwing some of those fucking balls up. I agree, Dan. What up, Ramos? Quicker ticker. Go White Sox, baby. Let's break that fucking record for futility. What up, Lunger? Oh, man. Ah! I need a hero. I'm holding out to the hero in the morning light. He's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fast, and he's gotta be fresh from the
Seth's having his
fight.
own little concert over there, isn't he?
I need a hero.
Seth's having his own little concert, Lummy.
I'm the only one in here. That's why I'm entertaining chat. What's up, Common Sense, and what's up, Brian?
Big Lunger. Hi, everybody.
It's Lunger.
Is it?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because he told me my first day back.
How about Trickney?
That's Ashley.
Well,
Big Shower Show fan caller
What's up,
back in the
XL?
day.
Yes, David.
I want to bring the Shower Show back.
What was the shower show?
Fantasy football show we did on Sunday mornings.
You did what?
Fantasy football show on Sunday mornings.
Oh.
Where Blitz was supposed to cut us in on the profits and never did.
The Orlando Content House, Shindig, it's going to be a bunch of dudes doing stuff dudes do. Happening November 15th and 16th. If you want to come see this freak show, email us, orlando@BubbaArmyHQ.com. Let the crew know if you want to be registered for Friday Night Fight Night. Orlando@BubbaArmyHQ.com. The BTLS show now returns.
Speaking of the Orlando Content House and the meet and greet, you have until, well, you can email us anytime you want. We'd like to try to get a little bit of idea as to how many people to expect on that Saturday night at the Davenport, Iowa. Davenport Ale House. Lummy, you're saying about maybe 100 to 110 right now if you take plus ones?
Yes.
Email us, orlando@BubbaArmyHQ.com. And if you email us before next Thursday is the cutoff, because now let me, are we just putting everybody that emails us in the hopper, or are we putting only those that would like to attend Friday nights? Because we're picking 3 fans from the, remember the you win nothing wheel of torture or whatever.
Yes.
We're picking 3 fans. We're going to enter all the names of people that said they were interested. We're going to pick 3 fans, and they get to come over Friday night and hang out with us for a little bit. Well, watch the fight. We're watching the, obviously we're watching the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. We're scheduled to have an undercard of Colton versus Tuttle with one arm tied behind the back.
I talked to Tuttle yesterday, and he actually is up for doing something. He said his self-esteem is still low enough to where he'll participate in these kind of fun and games. Oh, yeah.
He doesn't know like Colton, it feels like it's beneath him to participate in these games.
Probably, but I think it's in Tuttle's blood.
Whereas, Tuttle's...
He's rich, he's doing great, he's not an alcoholic anymore, and his self-esteem is still in the gutter.
Oh, that's exactly what you want.
That's what perfect for you.
You want a guy that can make it to work on time, not be drunk, but still be insecure enough to think that he has to do stunts. Right?
You got it right where you want it, Bubba.
I mean, if you were to put that on a radio, listen, looking for a radio guy that
put that on Indeed, the job, yeah.
Right. Listen, good radio, an experienced radio show host that is sober. But has a low enough self-esteem to think that you have to do stunts to keep your job.
Yeah.
I love it. And that's making enough money that doesn't need the radio job, so will likely do it for free just to get on the radio for the exposure because it's in his blood to be on the air.
He doesn't even bother you for money, does he?
Oh, no. But I do pay him.
But he's not aggressive about it?
No, he's not nearly aggressive.
As everybody else here.
Well, there's one person that's really aggressive.
Me or Colton?
Oh, well, I don't know. Anyway, let me email us.
Who's more aggressive?
Please email us, Orlando at BubbaArmyHQ.com, and let us know if, one, you'd like to be in consideration for the Friday night deal at the house, the Content House. And then, more importantly, that you're going to attend the free meet and greet at the Davenport, Florida Ale House. They have this huge outside area that can fit about 200. And please know that we could be shooting ourselves in the foot, I realize. But, Lummy, we have promised that we're going to do it. Well, at this point, it would be the debut of the Cash Cube because we've tried to debut it. I don't think a debut counts when the event's canceled.
No, we got to talk to the restaurant, though, right? Or
what
can
do you
we
mean?
we have to ask if we can set up a Cash Cube, or do we just bring it and look for an outlet?
I think, bro,
we're charging our phone.
We don't even need an outlet. We got a generator.
Exactly. I mean, plug it in my truck.
I literally don't need anything from them.
We don't.
And they've already said that the entire outside space is mine. So I don't think I.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Forget it.
And I mean, you have to understand the 150 extra people we bring on a Friday night that normally probably may not be there. I mean, on a Saturday night, we're going to bring probably, I don't know, 100 to 150 extra people that night. They're going to make a ton of money off of us.
I'm sure they're expecting a lot of people, maybe just not the giant inflatable Cash Cube. I think that could maybe
I think
be
the
new
only
for them.
problem we're going to have is the regular patrons of, that are inside, just, they're just right. They don't even know we're out there. They're not Bubba Army. And I think they're going to be trying to triculate out to our area and get in the Cash Cube. I mean, if little
welcome to the party.
Let me ask you a question. Let's say that there was a radio show that you didn't know about that was having. Hold on, you're not even answering. You're not even letting me ask the question.
You're trying to work my daughter in.
I am. So hold on. So
you knew it.
I got you. That's why you want to immediately say no. So you and Phoebe and little Sammy, you guys are out, this Saturday night at, wherever, the ale house or some establishment, and you see a radio station outside in the courtyard with a Cash Cube, and it looks like they're just letting anybody go up and spin the wheel and get into the Cash Cube, like they're not really paying. You're gonna tell me that Sammy wouldn't wear you out to get into that Cash Cube?
Bubba, if I see a radio station at somewhere I'm eating, I'm leaving. Okay.
Well, I mean,
if she wanted to go to the Cash Cube, I would say, No, I would say that's fake money, and I would say it's dirty money. So you're going to go get fake money, and you're going to go get sick. So let's get out of here.
All right, so then you say that, but then in the meantime, while you're trying to settle up your bill, the party before you, that's sitting beside you comes over, and the son goes, Dad, I just won $36 in that cash cube.
Wait,
you're going to tell me Sammy's going to go ahead and load up? Hell no.
Is it for kids?
Yeah, are we going to open it up to kids? What if we have a line of like 20 kids?
No kids.
Okay.
The kids' dad won $36. Dad, how much did you win? I won $36, son. Kids aren't allowed, but adults are. They don't know that I don't listen to their stupid some Bubba Army thing. I don't even know who the hell it is.
Bubba's Cankles, $50.
But you know,
I mean, they still have to subscribe to something to get a spin on the wheel, don't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
So they'll learn who you are fast.
Exactly. So there you go.
Okay.
We never before, like when we were going to the Latin Sons or when we were going to the Morgan Wallen concert, you don't have to be Bubba Army to participate. You just have to sign up for one of our various pieces parts.
That's right.
So we'll probably empty the entire restaurant will probably be out there at one time or another. Free money? Nothing is cooler than free money. I mean, even Dan, who's a multimillionaire, has about, I don't know, $700,000 of vehicles in itself. You may not, want to go get into the cash cube for $49, but maybe you would. I don't know. Do millionaires want to get in cash cubes?
Well, I know most millionaires become millionaires because they like money. So they like any way to get free money, they'll take it.
Yeah.
Free money's free money.
Plus your little son, Danny, will be like, Dad, you got to get in there. Get some money. Get Romina in there. Maybe we're only a cash cube away from changing Romina's mind about me.
Do you think that would do it?
No.
$80?
No, I don't think
it's all it's going to cost.
Yeah,
please give me.
Thank you for
give me a check.
Thank you for knocking me right down to sensibility and knowing how much I'm truly hated by your wife.
Yeah, it's going to take like $1 million.
It's just so sad. I just feel
she hates me too if it's any consolation. So.
She hates me worse.
I don't know.
The reason why she hates you is because of me.
Yeah, probably.
So
we're together. We're Bonnie and Clyde to her.
Okay.
Hogan, brother. Thank you for joining us, brother.
This is the first guest that I've once played with a miniature version of for hours.
Were you at WrestleMania 40? Some people are saying it's the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
They probably weren't alive when I was wrestling.
I got a move named after you. It's called the Hulk Logan.
I love it, brother. I remember when I was in Atlanta, I was in the business about 3 years, and I was like 330 pounds, all natural. Anyway, and they've done like 70 different action figures of me. And
all right, so let me. Where does he talk about?
He's drinking his beer.
Donald Trump's secret call, fallout with Trump. Oh, that would be interesting to hear, would it not? Like, what's the fallout been?
I don't think. I think that's clickbait because they've been like.
No. I'm saying like. Maybe this says fallout with Trump, but I'm assuming fallout because of being on the RNC. You automatically are polarizing yourself, where Democratic people may not like you, Democratic clients. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was the question?
Yeah. So this happens sometimes.
Happens to us.
You know
all
what?
the time.
I don't even know.
He's my hero.
I don't think he knows it.
I just remembered. I've only been knocked out a couple times. I just remembered.
You took it personally. It sounded.
Yeah,
you got
I did.
fired up there. Someone
What
tried
was the question?
Someone tried to kill your hero.
That's your boy, bro.
That's your boy. Someone tried to
What was
kill
the
him.
question? No, but I've watched how he's treated people. Because he had that air about him. When we first met him. And I was like, okay, man, am I going to get along with this guy or not? Because I was at the top of my game back then. I was on a roll, man. Yep. I was the world's champion. I was doing all these low-budget kids movies. I was doing reality TV.
When is this? Late 80s? Early 90s?
Yeah.
2000s.
Yeah, getting to be late 80s. WrestleMania 3 was in 88, so it was after that 89, 90.
That's the Andre the Giant.
Yeah, but reality shows and all that, Lummy, were like in 99, 2000, 2001.
Yeah, brother.
Slam.
Yeah, and so then...
So hold on. I guess
White
that's
hot
fallout.
from Manscaped. In the sea of
where I just want to see where he talks about
Tyson.
I think is it way down here, Lummy? Let me see where
it's an hour and 20 minutes.
Rocky movie. Let me see.
Yeah, it might be right toward a little farther back.
Rocky movie. Hogan. Hold on. Hogan compliments Logan Paul.
That's on his wrestling.
Okay, that's on his wrestling. Meeting Elvis. Trump's assassination attempt. What was awkward? I'm trying to see. Roman Reigns, Vince McMahon. All the stories we've heard over the years when he called in, right?
That's right.
You should be the world champ. The Rock match at WrestleMania 19, which I was there, by the way. Hogan. I don't see where he talks about. Where he talks about. Oh, here we go. It's the very first part. It's the very first part.
Your brother's too strong, bro.
He's too strong, right? Yeah. And he's
here we go.
Hulk Hogan.
Brother, thank you for joining us. Brother.
This is the first guest that I've once played with a miniature version of for hours.
Were you at WrestleMania?
And I don't want anybody to think that I'm like trying to hate on Hogan. I'm not. I'm just interested in his perspective of that Jake Paul is going to kick Mike Tyson's ass. I don't feel that way, but Hogan does, obviously.
40. Some people are saying it's the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
They probably weren't alive when I was wrestling.
I got a move named after you. It's called the Hulk Logan.
I love it, brother. I remember when I was in Atlanta, I was in the business about 3 years, and I was like 330 pounds, all natural. Anyway, and they've done like 70 different action figures of me, and the only one.
I guess it's right after this one. Where I should have just left it playing, but my ADHD kicked in.
That they ever canceled was the vibrating one.
Sky's like, I still have mine.
Oh, yeah.
Hogan's the kind of guy that brings his wife to everything. Like, there's some things.
Steven?
Yeah.
Did he do that with Linda, though?
No.
He left her home.
No. But with the other two, Jennifer and Sky, like, he's like so pee-whipped that he takes him to everywhere.
Hulk, you got a stylist?
Stylist?
Yeah. Who styles you?
Now, supposedly, Lummy, this is taped, like, I think in downtown Tampa. I think this is taped, like, in one of the real bougie
hotels.
I think so, because when he talks about the Sportatorium, he talks about it being only a few blocks from where they're sitting. And the Sportatorium, Dan, was like Kennedy, over by the Armory. Where the Armory was? The Sportatorium was, and I think I think they may have knocked it down, or they're in the process of knocking down the world famous Sportatorium, where was it Gordon Soley and Dusty Rhodes,
and Hogan,
Hiro Matsuda, who's the one that trained Hogan, but the world famous Tampa Sportatorium. I remember the first time I went and saw it, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to the Sportatorium. I thought it was going to be like the size of the Yingling Center or something like that. And it's literally, I'm not kidding you, it's a little bit bigger than the studio.
I believe it.
It's a little bit bigger than the studio.
What's wrong with you, stylist? Are you crazy?
I don't know, dude. You're always styling.
Got a promo on it for that dumb question.
You're always styling.
Hey, what am I doing?
He goes one
You got it. Yeah, he's like me.
Should we stand too?
Your brother's too strong, bro.
He's too strong, right? Yeah. And he's like really actually super strong. Like, he doesn't look like it.
So this is them talking about Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Now Hogan knows Tyson pretty well. They were fairly close when I was hanging around.
Maybe he does look like it a little bit, but like the weight he pushes in the gym is impressive.
Yeah, last night, as soon as I saw him set the guy up who left, he kept on overhead right over. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, really.
No, seriously. And he has a left hand now that looks like it's firing off.
Mm-hmm. And he's fighting against a guy that, yes, might be a little bit older, but is still probably wired to be a monster. Now, again, the only way Mike Tyson loses this fight, in my opinion, is if it's rigged. And this is truly an exhibition.
I agree.
And they have made it where it's close. And Jake Paul gets the decision, but I don't think Mike Tyson, and even some of the sparring stuff that I've seen of late of him in the gym, if he fights like that, there's no way this guy's got a chance. But if he goes in there and roper dopes and goes half speed and gets blown up and what have you, and it's a draw or it's a split decision with a Jake Paul kicker, he wins. And they tell Tyson, hey, Tyson, you get, $10 million if you lose, and you get $2 million if you win. Now, Dan, contractually, I think you can draw up any type of contract in the world, can't you?
Pretty much.
If you get two parties to agree to something, you have a lawyer draw it up, it's a legal binding contract, we could literally do a contract where Bubba Clem has to come over to your house every Thursday and trim the hedges for 10 years.
Right, but there's got to be compensation.
And if he trims the hedges, he makes X amount of dollars. And if he doesn't trim the hedges, what I'm just saying, you can get a one-sided, lopsided. You could get a contract that said that.
You could absolutely get a contract that says you get $10 million if you lose, $2 million if you win. You could absolutely do that.
Absolutely do that.
Absolutely.
And if both parties agreed, it's a binding contract.
I love Mike to death. I don't want to kill Mike. Jesus.
Tyson. Yeah. Bro, we have to talk about this.
Is this the podcast?
Yeah. Is this the?
I'm excited.
Should we just give him headphones?
Yeah. You could just stay there.
Why don't you just sit down, Hogan, and
he's talking about Mike and Jake. I'm like, you could just do it here.
Save it. Please lob him up right over here. I actually don't hate it.
That's
hilarious. So I don't need to see all that.
Dude, those brothers are very much hated, but they are doing very well for themselves.
Oh, I'm not hating on them.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying they are very hated. But they're both incredible athletes. And I thought Tyson was going to kill Jake at first, but the longer this is gone, and the more that I see Jake, the more that I think that this is going to be Jake Paul's coming out party.
Wow.
Really
beating on 60-year-old Mike Tyson.
Here's the thing, Seth. I think you're so right. Especially if it really looks like Tyson's trying, like he's really in there, trying, and Jake Paul, pummels him or does pretty good against him. Like it doesn't look like it's fixed, and legitimately Jake Paul is really a pretty damn good boxer, and an old Mike Tyson's a little bit rusty and old. It could really, really, really propel him to the whole nother level, right? You're right. This could be the coming out of his whole boxing gimmick is potentially validated by this, right? This is the most high-profiled, decorated fighter he's ever fought.
Well, yes, and it's on live on Netflix, and it's what they're doing it live from Dallas, Jerry's World.
Yes,
or whatever. It's called.
There's just all the stardom and fanfare is all built in. And you're right, Seth. This is his coming out. I'm next level star stuff. And if he convincingly beats Mike Tyson in what looks to be like a legitimate, fight. Because remember when Tyson fought Roy Jones Jr. and it just looked like absolute ass.
It was stupid, which is why I think all these fights are a joke. Because that fight really soured me towards all these like celebrity type fights.
Exhibition willies.
Let Paul fight one of the Klitschko's and see how well that goes for him, or the current heavyweight world champion instead of some guy that was champion 35 years ago. It's stupid.
Here's the thing. It's
like I'm gonna play football against the '82 Buccaneers.
Right.
I kicked their ass. Oh, they were division champions. Look at them. They're 90 years old. They got walkers.
But hold on.
It'll be so great to have Dan at the content house, knowing he's going to be so angry to watch this fight with us now.
I know. Dan, you're going to be at the content house, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but here's the deal. It would be like this. Jake Paul would represent Lummy like a guy that's at a Division I AA college, like Indiana State, Southwest. Who did Dion open up with?
North Dakota.
North Dakota State. It would be like North Dakota State playing the '86 Bears. Right?
Yes.
Was it the 85 or 86 Bears that won the championship? 85. So it's like if a Division I AA current school, young, strong, would play, the 85 Bears. that would be like
as they are today.
As they are today.
Right, with McMahon like all fat and old and bald
They
with the
probably
sunglasses.
you know what? Now that if you put it in that perspective, Tyson's going to get killed.
Right.
But if you saw the 85 Bears when they're practicing and Willie Gault's out there catching fly patterns and McMahon, really took it seriously for the last 6 months and he's thinned down and he got his gun, his sling. I mean, Walter's with. We have to dig Walter out. Walter's still with us.
Please leave.
I'm just saying, man.
Dig Walter
Well, you gotta
up.
remember, Jake Paul
Dig
did
Walter
lose to a boxer that was his age.
That is true.
Say it again.
He did lose to a boxer.
So
his
here's the
age,
deal.
Tyson Fury.
Here's what Jake Paul needs to do is just start entering it, like be a boxer within the WBC.
No.
Or be a boxer within the sanctioning bodies of boxing and start working your way up. Is he a Walt? Is he what is he, a light heavyweight?
He'd be a full heavyweight,
It's harder to cut your own deal then.
Yeah, I was gonna say why?
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think he needs to work his way up because he's already up.
Well, here's the deal. And why work your way up when you've got a template or a gimmick that could make you far more money than working your way up the WBC ranks? You got to start out at 15th ranked in the world, and you got to beat the 10th ranked guy.
He's not in this for some fake championship. He's in this for the money.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
True. That's
you're
where
right. You're exactly right.
He's gonna be more like a guy playing exhibition games against like Michael Jordan and some old basketball players who can still play, but they're just not as fast and agile as the younger kids.
I will tell you this, because I do watch a little bit of NASCAR, and they show Jordan on the pit box. I will tell you this: he has stayed in he's gained a little bit. Like on the Last Dance, you could tell he gained a little bit, but it still looks like he could go out in this league and put in 15 to 20 a night. He still looks like he's in pretty good shape.
I wonder if he still plays basketball all the time, like maybe shoots for an hour a day or something.
I bet you maybe not a day, but I bet you, Seth, that he does spend some time playing basketball throughout the week, like as part of his day, kind of his workout deal.
I would think
when you're that. I mean, because one, it's exercise, and two, you're good at it, right?
Right, and it's fun.
And if you're Michael Jordan, man, and you lay in a big, a big three, I mean, you're like, yeah, bitch, I still got it, man. I still got it. I did ask Larry one time when Larry was the general manager for the Pacers, and I was in Indianapolis, Lummy, for that race convention at PRI, and me and Tyler and Larry Plummer. Larry came down from Warsaw, and I got a hold of Larry Bird about a week before, and they were playing the Portland Trailblazers when they had the guy who plays for the Bucks now. Who is that guy?
Oh, Damian Lillard?
Yes. Remember when they had him? He was lights out, and Indiana still had Paul. Was it Paul George?
Yes.
And it was an absolute horse race between those two. So we got to see Larry after the game, and Tyler got a chance to get a picture with or meet Larry. And Larry Plummer got a chance to meet Larry. And listen, if you grow up in Indiana, or if you're just a casual basketball fan, and you get to meet a guy that arguably, a Kobe, a Shaq, a Larry Bird, a Dr. J, a Michael Jordan, a Scottie Pippen.
Any guy would be excited about that.
Yeah. So, it's just pretty cool because you're like, oh my God, you're almost starstruck. And I asked Larry, because him and I are pretty close. I go, Larry, when the team's out practicing, do you ever go out? And by the way, Chris Mullen was on the team.
Oh, there you go.
No, it wasn't Chris Mullen.
I was going to say Chris Mullen.
No, it wasn't Chris Mullen. It was some other white guy that was on I think the Pacers was his last stop, and he was good at shooting threes. I forget who it was. But I asked Larry, I said, Larry, because the Pacers, like his office overlooked their practice court. So let's picture engineering being Larry Bird's office and the studio being where the Pacers played, but he was high up, high above the practice facility. So he would literally watch practice sometimes and watch players and things like that. And I asked Larry, I said, Larry, do you ever go out there and shoot? And he goes, hell yeah, I do. And when the guys start getting big-headed, I'll go out there and drain 5 in a row for him, and then in street clothes, and then walk out smoking a cigarette. And he said it completely freaks them all out he said he'll literally go out there and dress slacks and good shoes and put 5 in a row in. So I bet you Michael Jordan does.
Sure.
I bet you Michael Jordan, the majority of his exercise is probably golf because he loves golf. But I bet you I don't know if his house in North Carolina.
He definitely has a hoop in his house.
Yeah,
Come on. He's got to.
Yeah, that's like
a full-on gym.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gyms are just standard for rich people these days, even if you don't work out.
He's still got that place outside of Chicago that he's
seller.
been trying to sell since he left Chicago.
Yeah,
I think it started like at 30 million, and I literally think it's down to like 10. I literally think it's down to 10, and the gates have a big 23. Like, it's unbelievable, but they can't find anybody to buy it.
And it looks like he only has his house, well, besides his Chicago one.
He's got a Miami one, I think.
In Jupiter.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have one in North Carolina, and it looks like it does not have a basketball court at it.
Wow.
That's disgusting.
That is.
I
That's
feel sorry for him
that's
now.
sacrilegious.
I hope he's not like losing money or anything. I hope he's doing okay.
Oh, he's doing so well on money. He's worth over $1 billion. He might be.
I think he was the first black billionaire, wasn't he?
I think he is the all-time richest athlete in the history of sport.
He is. We looked it up a couple weeks ago.
The soccer guys are behind him, right?
Yes.
Soccer guys are behind him, yeah. All because his mom told Nike, "You better step up on the deal, bitch." Did you guys see that? Did you guys watch the bit? Was it Ben Affleck that was in it?
Ben Affleck, yeah, he was in it.
That was a good movie.
Soon he'll be playing Hulk Hogan.
Oh, that's right. Here's my last Hulk Hogan soundbite that I don't know. This looks kind of like it's the same Jake Paul or Logan Paul interview. This looks
it's from it.
And he talks about forgiveness.
Yeah.
Now, Hogan, here's my thing to you. If you ask people to forgive you and they have, why can't you forgive me? Isn't that being a little hypocritical?
There are all the big shots are hypocrites.
I'm just asking though.
They are.
For a friend, if you're gonna say this.
If Chris Benoit can do the crap he did and the fans still love him, they're very forgiving. I've made some major mistakes in my personal life, and they're very, very forgiving. But they forgive you. But if Chris Benoit can do the crap he did and the fans still love him, they're very.
Let me think. I don't know if his cell phone number is still the same or not, but I wonder if I should take this excerpt and text it to him and say, "Hey Terry, this is my new phone number, Bubba.
Oh, gee.
Practice what you preach, brother.
Yeah, that'll probably go over well.
Practice what you preach, other. Gonna clear a whiz on her."
If Chris Benoit can do the crap he did and the fans.
Remember when he was talking to Nick in jail and he thought that they could use some Carney and they couldn't decipher through it and they were talking crap about John Graziano?
Yeah.
The giz eye can hold his own diz, hasn't he? You know what I'm saying?
Didn't they get a few racial blasts off during that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
If Chris Benoit can do the crap he did and the fans.
I need to get a hold of the documentary people on me and said, "Man, you might want to put this in there."
By the way,
if Chris Benoit.
I don't know if anybody is a fan or roots for Chris Benoit. I mean, I could be mistaken, but
you got to be a real heel of a fan to forgive Chris Benoit,
or just to talk about he was a great wrestler. I feel like
he just do so bad.
Oh, hold on, you didn't. Hold on, everybody, stop. Nobody tell him.
Dan's gonna get some ideas here.
Dan, no. Oh, sad.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show will be back after this.
I'm not looking it up. I swear to God.
Get off Ask Jeeves right now.
And get off and get off the message board.
He's on Ask Jeeves right now.
I'm not on the message board. I'm standing up. I'm getting up. And the reason I'm getting up is because it's fucking Flat Jack Friday, motherfuckers!
Are they out there?
Spirit it up, 3 minutes.
Okay, I was gonna go pee. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, we can pee.
I don't want Benny.
You want Flapjack's gawkers?
Yeah, I don't want to. I know it turned into a crime all of a sudden when people see you peeing, so.
Hack and Drive 2000.
You better do. Hey,
what?
You better. Dan better do his shoulder fucking exercises.
I get to where he's going because he peed last break. His prostate's down.
Hey, can you have Rhett post up my two? He might have already done it.
He did. I sent him in the messenger.
God bless
too.
his little redheaded soul.
I sent him. It's before the Hogan talking Tyson that we have on our YouTube.
We got baby faces, and then I had Dan's
Yeah,
hideous.
it's the 2 videos before the Tyson short that we have.
All right, he's got baby face, but I don't have the Dan one. Oh no, he's got
Dan's
Dan.
here.
Dan's got it listed. He's got it.
Yeah.
Have I played the Dan one?
You played it a little bit.
Did I?
Yes, and then you cut it off.
Is it horrible?
I think it's great.
Quit lying, Lummy.
I'm not. I didn't get to hear the whole thing.
Dr. Dan rolls down the street and just roll over and cry, it is peace, we can paint it.
I've not heard the babyface one.
Oh, you haven't heard it?
No, it just got made. Cause it.
Action Jack 2000, 30 months, Bubba for mayor for 69 months.
Let me on mine. It says. Turn off to explicit content. That might be pretty good, actually.
We got 2.
Let me. I got.
You have the explicit off?
Yeah. But it doesn't like the fucking.
What the fuck would it be if you had explicit on?
Man, it would only allow like butterflies and yippee-yo.
I bless the rains down in
Who sings that?
Africa, Toto. I sing the same songs every day. I'm a radio station.
Seth 105.1.
Look at my Bubba Army pullover I got. Perfect for 95 degrees weather. I woke up. I was.
With 100.
Let me feel the texture.
I was cold this morning.
Oh, that's a nice little gimmick right there.
Yeah. I wore my Bubba Army hoodie to the mail.
Did we offer those? Those are the 3/4 zips that we offered, Lummy.
Yeah.
Are they still up?
I don't know. Get yours now. If you're up, if they're up, get a bundle.
Get out for winter.
Get into Lummy's repacks.
Yeah.
Get a pigmentation shirt if you're small.
Backpack.
Oh, backpack. Yeah, get yourself a little man purse. Dan's freaking about the flapjacks.
What's he freaking about?
Well, that he's trying to hit him before this break, or we're gonna have to eat him cold. He doesn't want him cold.
We're getting him cold, cuz.
Maybe you just let him hang out there and wait for him. I mean, he deserves hot pancakes.
Wait, is he outside?
No, the next segment's all about him.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
No. Is he outside?
I think so.
Look at that.
Wait, Lummy's gone.
What did he say?
He's like, Dr. Dan, are you out here? He goes, oh shoot, and then he started walking. No, I've never seen Toto, but I'm not against it. Not against it. Here's a dog.
I bless the rains down in Africa. Say it.
I bless the rains down.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. All at the Bubba Army. Now returns.
Starting October 1st, Lummy, we got to get Macho Man to build us some AI. Live from the Aqua Beto Studios. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Funded by you, the listeners. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. At the Bubba Army. Fish on the J25 on the PayPal. Thank you, my friend. Don't forget tonight, It's your last opportunity. Well, it's the last Bubba 199 before the cutoff period of qualifying for BARP. So I'm anticipating it's going to be big. I got Rhett that's going to help me merge my iTunes from my phone iTunes onto my laptop iTunes. I think they're different. So hopefully that's because that's where I get a lot of my songs. It's going to be old school where I play,
sweet,
kind of Bubba type music, which is, white Trizash, growing up in Indiana, John Cougar, small town, maybe I'll go, Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm.
That's a good one.
Into Been Caught Stealing by Jane's Addiction.
To Billie Jean, Michael Jackson.
To Billie Jean.
Can we get the playlist ahead of time?
To AC/DC, to Kid Rock, to 38 Special, to Bob Seger, to,
Taylor Swift.
No, I'm not going to play any Taylor Swift.
She's banned.
No, she's not banned. I just don't know if I just don't know. She's not banned. So, Dan, you're not familiar with Chris Benoit?
No, I mean, I've heard the name. I know he was a wrestler, but I don't know the story.
And then, what did Dan say? What could he have done so bad that people, not forgive him?
Yeah, that they hate him.
Let me tell you what he did. And then even you being, Johnny Swag Boy, everybody should be forgiven. What's really bad with that? Let me Mushroom Mitch. Can't wait for tonight. 25 on the PayPal.
Sweet.
Thank you. I think tonight's going to be big. Hopefully Johnny K, the steel slinging madman from Valpo, Indiana, will be in there.
Boy, didn't he do enough the other night though?
Yeah, he did. Listen, John Costica doesn't have to do another damn thing for the rest of our career. John Costica could, for real. Johnny Costica is unbelievable.
I feel like he needs a rest from the lineup tonight.
He needs something. Yeah, absolutely. Take the night off, my friend. You've been way too generous. So, Dan, you tell me right now if this is a forgivable offense or not. So, Chris Benoit he lives in Atlanta. He's wrestling for the WWE at the time. He's very much recognized as, not as much now because of what he did, but prior to his heinous crime and suicide, he was recognized, not a big dude, but a really good technical, good philosophy, hell of a worker.
He was a real wrestler. I mean, remember him as a real wrestler.
Like up there with the Shawn Michaels, the Ric Flairs, the technicians of wrestling, people that really know the sport, that can do unbelievable third rope high spots. Know how to sell, know the business end of wrestling. He was wrestling royalty. I don't know if you put him on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling, but he is.
But he was a real wrestler.
He was on, one of the greatest. He's in the conversation of being one of the best workers of all time. He flips out. I mean, Seth, I guess they never really. I guess they blamed it on roid rage, did they not? Is that why? I think that's what always the excuse was.
Yeah, I think maybe it's starting to shift to CTE.
Okay,
CTE and roid rage.
So I think So Dan, I think I'll tell you the act here in a minute. But they blamed it on, or they initially blamed it on roid rage, and now they've come back and flanked it with roid rage. With a CTE kicker, because they're saying these wrestlers from back in the day, the Hogan era, the Chris Benoit era, the Jericho era.
One of his signature moves was a diving headbutt.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, literally not. He could literally have concussed on every one of his finishes in his life, gotten some sort of concuss. So here's what he did, Dan, and this is why it's.
He always
Did they take him out of the Hall of Fame? I think they did, didn't they?
I think they did.
Or they never even put him in. What were you saying, Seth? I'm sorry.
He always had kind of an evil face.
Yes. He always had kind of a resting dick face. Like mad.
Yes.
Mad. And he always had kind of a little Cro-Magnum look too, did he not? Kind of like a little monkey. He kind of looked like a little monkey.
He had that brow, that forehead, that sort of that thick brow.
But he kind of looked like a little. He looked like a little monkey. He did. Oh, a big monkey. So, Dan, here's what he did, and you're going to be, freaked. There's no way even if you did have traumatic brain injury with steroid rage and just whatever, there's no excuse for you to do this act. And what he did first was, I think he killed did he kill his wife first?
Yes.
He shot her, right?
No, he tied her up.
He strangled her.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Dan, so he strangled his wife.
Jesus.
He strangled his wife. Then I think he strangled his kids.
Jesus.
Then he went and hung himself on his gym equipment in the basement.
Can you?
So he killed his whole family and himself.
He tied up his wife.
Hold on. Let me give me the exact details so that Dan has them. Go ahead.
He tied up his wife and then strangled her with a cable.
I think like an extension cord. Brett, if anybody who has any better information,
I'm trying to
chime in.
And then he gave his son, who was 7 years old, a bunch of Xanax, which made him unconscious, took him downstairs and strangled him with weightlifting equipment, and then strangled himself with the pretty much the sit-on bar.
The cops investigating had reason to believe that he kind of did a version of the crippler crossface on his son, which is his finishing signature move.
Really?
They said there was bruising consistent with the crippler crossface on one arm and Daniel's face. There were no bruises on his neck.
Could you send me the crippler crossface?
Yes.
Video. So Dan, he killed his wife through strangulation with a cord. Then he gave his kid a bunch of Xannies, and it's rumored within the police report that he gave his kid a crippler crossface, which was one of his famous moves. And I think, Lummy, it was also found, maybe I could be wrong, that his kid was hanging from one of the lap machines or something like that, and then he hung himself.
And he put a blanket over everyone and put a Bible with him.
Yeah, I guess they debunked the crossface thing.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I think he did Xanax a kid and strangle him.
Yeah.
I saw someone just now on the chat, because I didn't look at chat until just now.
But you can now.
Okay. His kid was autistic?
Yes, I think so.
What a disgusting event.
So is there any? So
that's unforgivable. Unforgivable.
Like there's no, even if it's your brother, somebody that you love, somebody that you truly love. Like you're like I cannot consciously forgive that. And though
I agree.
And so
it's unforgivable.
And then
fans should never forgive.
And then And boy, you got to be a real heel, Lummy, if you're sitting in the WWE third row and be like, man, Chris Benoit was pretty cool, man.
If you show up in a Chris Benoit t-shirt.
Oh, man, I wonder if you get your ass kicked.
Nah, come on.
You should.
Really?
Yeah.
If you wore a
O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson? Yeah, I was going to say
O.J.
O.J.
Simpson.
Simpson.
Kill his kid.
Yeah, but hold on. O.J. Simpson, listen, we all know he did it. But technically, Dan, we're going to sit here and bitch that I always get, judged and I'm the bad guy in Tampa and I never get justice and what have you. Well, at the end of the day, I have stood by the fact that I was found not guilty, even though people hate me. Well, OJ technically, by a jury of his peers, was found to be not guilty of that crime when he was tried criminally. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Chris Benoit is not guilty. I mean, he did it. You can't compare OJ to Chris Benoit because OJ technically was cleared of that crime.
Right.
Benoit did it. He did it so much that he killed himself. Man, what a horrible. What just?
I can't imagine that day.
Here's the thing, and please nobody take this take this in the wrong way. And is it 711 if you're having what is the number for
the suicide hotline?
Well, yeah, I know there's a number, but then I think there's like a 3-digit, like 311 or something like that. If you're having problems and you are having suicidal thoughts, and
988.
So please, I want to make sure that I tell everybody, anybody that has these type of thoughts or something, you can always dial 988 and get some help. But that being said, if you're going to kill yourself, just kill yourself. Don't kill your wife and your autistic son. Like, what did they do? What did they do? They didn't cause you to be concussed. They didn't shoot those steroids in your ass and so that you could get bigger. And stronger and look better in the ring. No, they didn't do any of that. You did that. So take yourself out all you want, which you shouldn't. You should dial 988. But what did that little, was he 7? Was the kid 7?
7, yeah.
And think
Yeah,
about
harmless.
this. When you're 7 years old, and we've all been there, when you're 7, you think that your dad is Superman. Like, you look at your dad as like the man. Now, as you get older, your dad gets less cool. But at 7, man, your dad's right. I mean, at 7, we all think our dads are just straight pimp, like the
Right.
best. My dad's big. My dad's strong. He's drinking some beer, working on a car right now. I saw my dad got in a few fights in the neighborhood a couple times and he won. Like, my dad was a badass. You know, and then as you get older, you realize, man, you know, thinking that my dad's so cool and hanging out with my dad isn't nearly as cool as it was when I was 7. But when you're 7,
Dad's king.
your dad is, if you're doing your dad, if you're being a dad the right way, your 7-year-old should, like Sammy. This is prime example. Sammy thinks her dad is the coolest dude in the world. Am I not right?
Yeah.
Or has she been spending too much time with Phoebe getting up to speed?
No, she knows. She likes me.
She loves you. In fact, you guys got your own deal going on. Party words.
Yep.
So, can you imagine your 7-year-old's looking at you? There has to be a time where your 7-year-old now is you're strangling your 7-year-old, and maybe your 7-year-old's laughing at first because they think it's a game or whatever. But then there comes a point where your 7-year-old has to die, knowing that their father did this to them. Unless he was such a pussy that's why he Xanaxed the kid up so the kid wouldn't have a memory, which is all. The whole act in itself is about as selfish as you get, right?
The whole thing is just psychotic.
Suicide is, they say, the most selfish act you can do.
It's very selfish.
Because you're taking the easy way out, and you are not only, ruining your life, but the amount of people that are your support mechanism or your family are all now just devastated. And so you've ruined your life and a whole bunch of others, not even caring about them, just caring about your feelings, and taking yourself out destroys so many. It's the most selfish act of all, let alone taking out. I mean, think about Chris Benoit's mother's family. I mean, they didn't sign up for that. And for the rest of their life, man. Now, had Chris just offed himself, of course, family would be upset. Of course, the son would be upset. But it's not nearly as catastrophic as for what he did. I almost wish he wouldn't have done it so he would add, because I think in Georgia they have the death penalty. I would have much rather have him suffer on death row and then get killed. I don't know, taking yourself out like that kind of seems like a...
I mean, you're suffering for a little bit, right?
It's kind of weird. He killed him, and then he was at his house for 2 days telling people that they were sick with food poisoning. Because he was missing wrestling shows, and he was texting
so hold
the
on.
boys.
You're telling me that this wasn't just a bam, bam, bam. This was a bam, bam. Then I waited 2 days, and as people are calling, checking on his wife and kid, he's telling them they got food poisoning and aren't available. That's right. He was missing wrestling shows, and I think like Johnny Laurinaitis or something like that.
Guerrero.
One of the guys came over to his house, and the dogs were normally not usually in the back or something, and they were out back going crazy,
they were in the pool
trying to get in.
Yeah,
the inside, because they were inside dogs, and so they kind of, whoever rolled up on the Chris Benoit house kind of knew something was bad. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine the friend or the family member or the wrestler or the person? I think WWE sent like somebody that with the company. I think WWE was first on the scene.
Yeah, Laurinaitis and Guerrero.
Yeah, I was right. Johnny Laurinaitis, who now lives in Palm Harbor with one of the Bella twins' moms, but I think he's in trouble with that latest stuff that went down, I think.
It looks like Benoit was using his kid and wife's cell phone to text them that they were sick and everything was okay.
So he'd get his kid's cell phone and text whoever, I'm sick. He'd get his wife's cell phone, text. And so these people think that they're getting the text from, the kid.
He was texting Laurinaitis and Guerrero.
So can you imagine if you're the first person on that scene? How?
And those guys were dead for 2 days. No, it's going to be horrible.
Like, Dan, what happens to a body that's not because like if you die in a car
They
wreck,
smell right away.
but like if you die in a car wreck or something like that at the hospital, they put you in the freezer.
Yes.
So and that preserves you from flies and all that kind of stuff, right?
Bodies start smelling very quickly.
So 2 days, 48 hours. What happens to a freshly strangled human being?
They start rotting.
Ew.
And, they soil themselves. You defecate, you urinate, all the fluids start coming out. It's gross. I can't imagine the smells and the visions, the sights that he had to deal with. When a body is dead for just an hour or two, it starts smelling. And then you don't put it in the refrigerator. The morgue isn't really a frozen. It's really like cold, but it's not quite frozen.
Like maybe
probably like 40 degrees.
Right.
And but at room temperature, a body's going to deteriorate quickly.
If Chris Benoit can do the crap he did and the fans still love him, they're very forgiving. I've made some major mistakes in my.
I can just pick it up from here. I don't even need to put the.
I've made some major mistakes in my personal life, and they're very, very forgiving. But they forgive you. But some major mistakes in my personal life, and they're very, very forgiving. But they forgive you. But
yeah, well, nobody's forgiven me, including yourself. Sorry, Terry. Let me try to go to your surf shop and tell you I was sorry and we got trespassed.
Yeah.
That was a real heat. I actually got his lawyers calling my lawyers telling
during the show.
Yeah, saying you got a big 6'6" Sasquatch looking bitch trying to tell Terry that Bubba's sorry. You need to abandon that immediately and pull the. Not only did we have to abandon it, but we had to pull the video down too.
Sure did.
Like they were so hot on that deal.
Didn't you have to cancel Lummy Investigates also?
Oh yeah, everything canceled. Canceled.
That was the hottest series that you had.
Well, Lummy Investigates trying to tell Hogan Bubba's sorry. It had like 35,000 hits in an hour.
Got canceled quickly.
Canceled.
I'm outside of his wall screaming for him. I'm sure
I get a call from Tom Bean. And he goes, I have one question to ask you. What? He goes, did you send Lummy to Hogan's house? And I go, well, because I
never answer directly.
Yeah, Tom, I always try to, work the system a little bit. Well, not really. He goes, Bubba, I don't have time for you to beat. He goes, I just got a call from Hogan's attorneys saying that you're sending Lummy, they didn't know you as Lummy, but Tom knew that when they described a 6'6", 300-pound man wearing a Lummy Investigate shirt, that it was it was Warren Garrison.
Yes, it's me.
Government name Warren Garrison.
Yes.
Bubba, did you send Warren Garrison over to Hogan's house because his attorneys are calling saying a 6'6" man with a beard is trying to attempt to get Terry's attention over the wall by telling him Bubba's sorry? Did you do that? Yeah. Okay, well, here's what we're doing. 1, tell Lummy never to go there again because they're going to put a trespassing warrant on him. And 2, I guess we videotaped it and it's up on our YouTube channel. Oh, yeah, Tom, we did, and it's really kicking ass. Well, take it down. But, Tom, it's got like 30,000 views in 2 days. Bubba, take it down. Okay. Lummy.
It didn't help that I went to Knobs' house, tried to go over his fence, and then talk to his little speaker about that. And
then Brutus. So yeah, Lummy is quite the investigator. He went to Knobs, and then he went to Brutus's house.
And then I called Jimmy Hart, and then I talked to their gardener out front of his beach house.
Right.
So, you had to cancel the whole franchise because of this?
Listen, that was a top. You go out a top.
I've made some major mistakes in my personal life, and they're very, very forgiving. But
yeah, not really. They are, but you're not.
Do you want to be friends with them again?
I don't know. Yeah, sure. That'd be cool.
Do you just want to know that he forgives you? At least?
I just want him to know and he will soon. Here's the thing: he knows the real story. It's not nearly as bad as everybody thinks it is. He knows the real story. He can't be my friend because God forbid that anybody thinks that it was a work, not a shoot. He doesn't want anybody to think that potential. Yeah. So it's just easier not to deal with me. Plus he thinks I double-crossed him. So, whatever. I mean, we're running behind, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
And speaking of Hulk Hogan, you got supposedly a wrestling situation this weekend.
Yeah, I'll be there. It should be fun.
Where?
It's a steel cage match. It's
Yes,
at a brewery.
I'll be there. It should be fun.
Well,
Does that
because
mean,
I wasn't supposed to do it because of my arm. So they need me to.
Now hold on. Aren't you having surgery
on Tuesday?
For what? It's not an injury that you got working for me, is it?
No, it couldn't be from all that typing.
Thank God.
Is it the nerve injury?
He's got carpal tunnel, right?
Yeah.
Let me what?
Carpal tunnel from typing.
Lummy, what type of surgery are you having next week, and what caused it?
Dr. Dan, what is it called?
He's having a carpal tunnel release because he's got carpal tunnel with entrapment of the median nerve at the wrist, and it's from chronic typing and using his hands a lot. So it's just his lifestyle.
Yes, I use my right hand too much. So they're gonna.
Is that your clicker hand too?
Clicker hand, every hand.
Mm-hmm. Is that your masturbation hand?
Masturbation hand, throwing hand, everything kind of hand.
Yeah.
I'm going to be.
I had carpal tunnel when I worked at Explorer Van from the screw gun that I was running, and all I had to do was stop. He's like, "Listen, we can do surgery on you, or you can just stop doing what's irritating it." So I went to my boss man. I said, "Hey, I can't run a screw gun anymore." He goes, "Good, we'll put you in the insulation department," which was worse, Lummy. I was screwing down carpet. I was screwing down carpet is what I was doing. That's not nearly as yeah. You're gonna get a little carpal tunnel deal, but man. You have to when you do insulation on these conversion bands, you got to get these big rolls of R38, roll it out. They have this little template that you do. You have to cut it with a utility knife. Then you got to throw it inside the van. Then you got to get in the van. This is like the first or second stage before they even have put the upholstery in and everything. And then you got to take this glue gun and shoot glue against the metal walls of the van. And then you got to stick the insulation on the glue, and then take this big piece of clear vapor barrier, and then screw it on to hold the insulation on. So I went from screwing carpet to gluing insulation, and you get that insulation on your arms
and stuck
and stuff. And so in the first days, the old timers, they knew that I was new to insulation. So the old timers that were doing, there was always 4 guys in the installation team. Well, because of my stupid ass having to move because of my carpal tunnel, Lummy, I then was the newest man in the insulation, and one of the guys got to leave insulation and go somewhere else, which is way back. Insulation's the worst.
Do you get like asbestosis from it?
So they told.
Is there asbestos in it?
No, I don't know. Maybe I probably breathed everything. but Lummy, the old timers are like, okay, so here's what you got to do. They teach them how to do it because we do 4 vans at a time.
Wow.
And the guys like, listen, go home and get the shower as hot as you can get it, and take it to in order to rinse all this insulation that you have on your arms and your legs and everything, because it gets all over you. When you're dealing with insulation all day, you just get insulation on you. Well, you don't want to take a hot shower because hot showers open up your pores.
Yeah.
So they ribbed me and said, listen, rookie, go home and draw the hottest shower, get the shower as hot as you could potentially stand it, and then go in there and rinse off all this insulation with soap. Well, that was the completely opposite thing I was supposed to be doing. My pores get opened up and all this insulation. I get like red. My arms literally look like I was I had an Arizona Cardinals jersey on.
Are you all itchy?
Oh my God! For like 2 or 3 days, and my mom was like, trying to give me like this poison IV medicine, and it was crazy. Hello, Jay. How are you, my friend?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Did you see this? Did you hear this Hogan statement here?
I did not hear that actual one. I was in the shower, but I heard the setup.
If Chris Benoit can do the crap he did and the fans still love him, they're very forgiving. I've made some major mistakes in my personal life, and they're very, very forgiving, but they forgive you. But
no, but there's
I absolutely heard that.
Nobody forgave me. Nobody's forgiving me.
No.
Let me. There was somebody.
And is there anything really that you did that's worthy of being forgiven other than forgetting something in your office? I mean, when you really, really think about it, what did you do? You didn't do any of the things that he thought you did.
Blast my wife and I take
That's it. I mean, and that's called that's a giver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very giving friend.
Phew. All right, Dan, are the pancakes here?
Yes.
Do you want to eat them or not?
Sure. Yeah.
We're running late too, are we not?
Yeah, we can take a break.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
I'm good, man. How are you?
I am excellent. I am going to Florida State Sunday afternoon to do an official college tour with Trey Monday morning, and then he's meeting with the admissions director, and so I'm all excited. The next phase of life is happening for real.
They got a game or anything on Saturday this week, or no?
They do, but I'm avoiding the madness. I'm just
Okay.
going to go up Sunday afternoon, and then I got a hotel right next to the stadium, and so he's got the college tour in the morning, and then meeting with the director in the afternoon. So I'm like literally going to go look at a dorm, like a private dorm for him.
Yeah, but you probably know all this stuff. You know, like, this isn't stuff.
Oh, you went to FSU, right?
I did.
Yeah, I'm saying, so you probably are for, like...
The campus looks a lot different than when I was
so
there.
this is probably more for Trey to see it than you.
He and I went to a game a couple of years, but you're absolutely right. But
Because
this is
you
one of
know
those
that
things.
you know the infrastructure of Florida State.
Yeah,
you were there
absolutely.
for 4 years.
But if you want to go there, one of the things you got to check off your box now is actually go in person for a college tour, so that they know you're serious about it.
I'll get one in a little bit.
This is it.
Let me break it
Oh,
up.
that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. You take it.
No,
So I apologize, Bob. I won't be here Monday
I'm
morning.
good.
I'll be at
That's
Florida
fine, buddy.
State.
I had a muffin. What up, Costica? I might have already
You
said
see all the
that.
new construction?
I am. It's unrecognizable. I went for a Florida State-Florida game 2 years ago. So much fun.
Well, yeah, like, because a quarter of the stadium's gone.
Yeah, but my old apartment complex is still there.
Well, I meant
Indian
the stadium.
Village. Yeah,
Not
the
the stadium,
stadium's
though.
incredible.
You should
No,
go there.
It has, like, the
You
whole-
should go there, and because as a freshman, Trey can't get his own. But like by the time you're a junior, you went out of the dorms,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you should just go there, being a former alumni of that particular apartment complex, and say, hey, listen, I want my son. I want to get on the waiting list. That in 2 years he gets my former apartment. How badass would that be?
That would be awesome.
And they would do it for you. You know they would.
It's literally you walk out of the back gate of the apartment complex and you're at the stadium. I mean, you don't literally have
But I'm
to walk
saying, like,
across the street.
you have the best setup.
Yep.
Why not give Trey the same?
I would love to. It's kind of run down as compared to like the new shiny apartment complexes.
Yeah,
you know,
but
it's really
location.
not. I think it's still the coolest place.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Location.
No, so you know they have the.
Let me thank you.
The capacities. The stadium, I think it's like 30,000. 'cause
Dan, thank you.
It looks weird when they show
I haven't seen that part.
the home side.
No,
It's
so
the home
I
side.
I woke up pretty hungry. I had a blueberry muffin.
Oh, really? Well, I'll take video of it. I'll take video.
You want some of my pancake?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'll give it to you.
It was 2 years ago, so when there was no construction 2 years ago. It was perfect.
Those blow chill faster than
But, like,
anything that I've ever had
This
in my
whole little
life.
college town section never.
They do, but I'm doing legs today.
And then the section of my family that has like all the Containerville and it's like all these little hippie. It's cool. These little hip places. But it's nice. He's just getting all his applications in, so it's like there's a certain amount of pressure relief with every one of those.
Nice. Right behind you.
What up, Bubba fan?
So I may need to call our boy in this week. Trey got his application in.
I got some.
I was just telling him I'm going for the Saturday for official. This Saturday? Yeah, Sunday for an official college tour on Monday morning, and then he's meeting with the admissions director. It's cool. Or one of the admissions people. Go ask. Wow, why you're up here?
What up, Storage Shed?
You have someone who's in FSU and Tallahassee.
Dinky's old.
Did that on his own. That's great.
It's been working out so far. I know it lasted a lot longer than people thought I would.
Christopher. Let's get through the floors.
I can't wait for those people to keep slowly coming out telling me that they're wrong about me.
Or admissions.
I get those every day.
I think I was right about it.
Every day I get them every day. People say, I'm so happy you're back. You're great. You're funny.
That was pretty good by me, actually. It sounded good.
It was pretty good, yeah.
Or whatever. I don't do voices.
Seth, I thought Trump was here.
I thought Lummy scheduled a Trump gimmick.
Thought Trump Trap was here.
Yeah.
It was cute. It was cute, Tina. I did have to rip it off her when she went to sit on the toilet with it, though. What up, Paul? What up, Paws? You always believed in me, Danny. You too, Bubba Nash.
What's up, Nash?
The Orlando Content House Shindig, happening November 15th and 16th. If you're dumb enough to come, email us, orlando@bubbaarmyhq.com. Let the crew know if you want to be registered for Friday Night Fight Night, orlando@bubbaarmyhq.com. The BTLS show now returns.
We'll see how spatial aware Jay is. And Jay, do you notice anything different about the studio? Jay Diaco, ladies and gentlemen.
I am looking right now.
Okay.
And
by the way,
is it on the stage?
Well,
yeah, there's two chairs there, Bubba.
Two chairs.
There are.
And I see this.
I finished those two chairs, Bubba.
There are two chairs. Oh, Lovey, that means I owe you $50.
Yeah, I didn't text you. I'm sorry.
Was that your kind of way of nudging me a little bit?
Kind of, because I made a mistake.
Well, it looks like there's many more cameras, and it looks like the setup up there on the stage is much more podcast friendly than it looked like last time.
All right, well that is true.
But look the other direction.
Do you like those chairs? Because we have four more if you do.
No, Seth,
someone ordered too many. Hit the 6 instead of 2.
6 showed up.
Yeah, I was on Ambien.
Ambien, not Ambien. Amazon.
Those chairs are sponsored by Ambien.
So what do you do? Does Amazon come pick them up, Bubba? Or
yeah,
what?
I've already. Merch Crick is printing out when you return something Amazon's got one of the best return policies ever, especially if you're Amazon Prime. You literally just, go to your old orders. You hit what you want to return. They ask you why you didn't want it. You can say anything.
Cause.
Yeah, just because. That's it.
I'm messed up.
And they don't care. And so then they'll say, is it still packaged or not? These 4 chairs are still packaged. They run you through a couple little menus. They're like, okay, would you like a credit, an Amazon credit, or your money back on your credit card? Of course, I want my money back on my credit card. So they do that. And then they say, hit the print return labels here. You hit a button, it prints you 2 return labels, or in this case, 4 return labels. And then they arrange, the UPS guy comes and picks it up. Like you can't even get any cooler than that.
What a deal.
Yeah, what a deal. So, Jay, yes, you are right. We're getting closer to being able to podcast up there. But if you were to look straight ahead, do you notice anything different? And you probably wouldn't because it's...
I see a flag behind Lummy.
Yeah,
that's new.
That's
straight ahead. That's straight ahead.
Yeah,
but it is
no,
new.
I don't.
The flag's new. I mean,
the flag. I'm noticing new things, guys. I mean, it's just not the right new thing.
Yeah. Well, if you remember,
the flag behind Lummy's head. That's new.
And here's the thing, it's done so.
It is. I can see it. It's new.
Our improvement that we did that you're missing that I'm going to tell you is done so well that I would see where you would just normally think that they were there all along. But if you look at these 2 Bubba Army signs behind me, those used to be flags.
I actually was going to say, are there more Bubba Army signs? Because it looks like there's more Bubba Army signs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's 2 more.
That was my next thing.
Because we were looking at our wide shot on when we show the studio.
Jay knows because Big Red contacted him about a class action because I'm tearing his bicep here. So
right,
Jay was just playing dumb like he didn't know because he's already got this case.
Jay doesn't want to disqualify himself as counsel.
I've already got a text thread between Seth and Big Red.
Having pre-known the condition, yeah. So our 2 new Bubba Army signs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very bright.
Now, Dan, do you ever buy Jay any pancakes, or do you ever offer him any pancakes?
Always offers.
He hasn't eaten breakfast.
He doesn't, does he?
Not really.
When do you start eating, Jay? Will you have
12.
like so you get up like on a day that you got to be on the air? I'm thinking you get up at 7.
Yep.
And you're here by 8:30.
Yep.
But no breakfast.
No, I'll have a
Nothing?
Core Power, a Fairlife Core Power, 26 grams of protein, chocolate milk. It's basically chocolate milk. That's
Yep,
it.
that's it.
2 cups of coffee and a Red Bull. So 3 caffeines and some milk.
Right. And then that's it. And then now, are you like your brother? Because I don't know if you know, but your brother, his staff caters in his lunch. So like Jen or Jennifer, whichever one she identifies as, Naba, nice ass, bad attitude. We all know.
Naba.
She makes sure that Dan's lunch is either delivered to TOS at promptly or at his office.
Biggie, $7,500.
Thank you, Biggie.
Thank you. $100. Do you cater in your lunch every day, or do you go get it?
Well, you've been with me. It depends if I'm in a trial or if I'm in a mediation or an arbitration. So this week, 2 days, they brought my meal in. It's tuna fish on toast, and some chips.
So I'm assuming you're prepping for something.
I had a big mediation yesterday, and I had an arbitration on Thursday. I already got my arbitration award. I won, beat the policy.
Really?
And so, I
thought it was going to take 10 days.
I thought so too. I got it after I spoke.
You're a
to you
partner,
in my
Dan. You
email.
should know this.
I just
I
found
talked
out.
to him about it yesterday.
I'm sorry.
I got it at 5:30.
In between bites, Dan's yelling.
I won.
No.
What?
No, you didn't.
What?
We won. If you're talking to your brother,
Okay.
we won.
We weren't in the same room when we argued.
He's your partner.
I'm just kidding.
He's your partner. Dan, I'm trying to stick up for you. Dan, I'm trying to stick up for
Thank you, Bubba.
Jay,
Thank you,
you're
Bubba.
getting more and more like Brian, man, just attacking Dr. Dan all the time.
Poor Dan.
That's pretty funny. I can't even respond to that.
But Jay, I know you won, and you're the head partner of the partnership of Diaco and Diaco. Well, it's just Diaco Law, but it could be Diaco and Diaco. But he's your brother's your partner, is he not?
Sure.
Right? So you could say, we won.
Well, of course. Diaco Law had a big win. And I argued.
But that's not what you said. Dan, what'd he say? I won. And I even corrected him. Who won? I did. He doubled down on the I-ness. He
I'll
sounds
triple
like you.
down on it. I won for the firm. Sorry. It was a little 2-year lawyer, and I'm sorry. She came in. She read from a PowerPoint presentation. It was pretty weak. And,
Was this in front of an arbitrator?
Yeah, we had to do an arbitrator, and I hate Zoom. You know how I say I can't lawyer by Zoom? So I have this,
You can,
this
but
arbitration.
you prefer not to.
I prefer not to.
Right. It's not.
So I do this arbitration, and then yesterday I had a mediation, literally in a multi-million-dollar death case, and I made everyone fly in. I said, "We're doing this in person, guys." And after the mediation was about to end, the mediator came into me and he said, "Jay, you had an effect on that guy." And he flew in from out of town, and he needs to go back and talk to the board. And so I'm not going to talk about anything particular about anything, but this is like, the way that these things go down is I can have an effect on people when I see them face to face. And when I tell somebody when I'm in the same room with them and I look them in the face and I say, what's going to happen when I speak to a jury about the loss of someone's father, that I can certainly relate to that. And then my eyes get misty, and
you talk about your dad.
And then the person who I'm speaking to eyes get misty.
Because they've all had a loss in their family.
And I say, I assure you, there's not going to be a dry eye in the courtroom, including mine. And then I get appropriately choked up, and then I move on.
That's why Dan can never be a good lawyer. Dan can't choke up on command.
Of course he can.
Dan
First of all, Danny's
Danny's
the biggest game dayer ever. As much as I like to joke him,
Dan can heal.
No, man. He single-handedly got us our variance in Ocean City 20 years ago. He single-handedly kept someone we know who was facing some criminal charges out of jail because he went up there and testified on her behalf. Danny is one of the best when he's engaged that you'll ever see speak.
I'm just giving him a hard time.
The truth, though.
Don't forget, Dad, I was sticking up for you on the eye gimmick.
That's the truth.
I had to throw a swipe at you.
So,
kid.
we had a couple big days. So, yesterday I needed a tuna sandwich.
You did?
I did.
Ordered in by your staff.
They know exactly. I think she just came in and said the normal. I said the usual, please.
I guess I got a staff. Merch Crick brings me my food.
Sure.
Right?
What your usual is.
Yeah. Hello, who's this?
Good morning. It's John in Tampa. How you doing, Bob?
Hi, John. How are you? I think you've called a few times. You got kind of I think if I remember right, John, you feel like kind of an ex-radio guy that is always trying to talk crap about us or something, if I remember correctly.
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, okay. Anyway, John, hi. How are you?
Hey, good. I was listening to that Danny Jones podcast that you did talking about the case, and I was curious about one part.
The Danny Jones
concrete.
I think he did it years ago.
This is the same. Lummy, this is the guy. He's gonna get me. He's gonna get me on something. I think is this the guy that asked why we hashtag Howard still?
No, that's no. This guy doesn't block his number.
Everybody's laying for me at all time. So you're talking about the Concrete podcast, and the majority of that is about the Hogan sex tape. Which, by the way, I have a documentary coming out relatively soon that will, answer a lot of people's questions as well. And it doesn't necessarily make me look any better than I like. It's not a big Bubba propaganda piece. I don't have anything to do with it. I didn't finance it. I didn't get paid for it. It's an independent company, and there's time I've watched it, and at times I cringe. They make me look so bad. But what do you want?
I was curious about that Sam Pearl incident. I know Lori Burbage was there, and I don't think that Matt Lloyd was in the room, but was he ever given his Miranda rights? Did he ever get arrested, not prosecuted?
Yes, he got arrested at the International Mall that night, and was Mirandized and taken to the FBI facility. Oddly enough, not to give too much away, but 5 minutes. So as they're doing the Sand Pearl, by the way, Seth, I'd like to go on record for all the haters that saying I'm talking about the Hogan tape. I was actually asked this question. I didn't go into a big tirade. Would you at least verify?
That's on the record.
Thank you, sir. So anyway, as they're doing the Sand Pearl, I think it was December 16th, 2014, I think, and as they're doing the Sand Pearl takedown of Lori Burbage and Keith Davidson, as they're arresting them, prior to Keith Davidson getting arrested and handcuffed, he texted Spice Boy and said, Feds invaded, need to lawyer up. And so prior to that, he was at me and Brent were doing I was having a divorce party.
It says December 2012.
That's what I meant. December 16th, right. December 16th, 2012. So I was still on the bone doing mornings, and I was having a Bubba is finally divorced party at the Penthouse Club. Spice Boy had already left my show in March to do nights for 102.5 The Bone. I had no idea the Spice Boy was the one that stole the tape or anything like that. He left the show on good terms. We remained close. And 5 minutes before he got arrested, they were probably running surveillance on him. He stops by the Penthouse Club and says hi to me and Brent and how much he misses us. And then goes to the International Mall with his wife, and that's where the feds, the FBI, arrested him and took him down to where, I don't know, when you get arrested, Jay, when you get arrested federally, where do they take you?
Probably take you downtown. There's federal courthouse.
Yeah, I think they do have a holding center down there.
They have a holding center at the federal courthouse?
Yes, they do.
I would imagine so.
Todd Foster's told me that he's been in it.
Pretty sure they do.
So yes, sir. Spice Boy was arrested. He was arrested. He was Mirandized. And, there's a piece in the documentary from this guy from Atlanta who was a former U.S. attorney that states very rarely does the FBI arrest somebody and Mirandize somebody and then not prosecute. Usually when they're that far down the line, they got you locked in and they're ready to go. And his opinion was something happened. Somebody got to somebody to get the charges. And Jay,
especially when it's not at the site of the crime. Like, for example, when Erica was involved in that situation, there should have been an arrest that day.
Yeah.
The likelihood of someone being arrested after the fact that wasn't there at the time means someone determined probable cause, and they did a whole, investigation into it. So the fact that he got arrested at International Mall, remote away from where it happened, it's evidence that they had a lot on him.
That's what Doug, the former U.S. attorney, he said he'd never seen them just drop charges like that unless it was an inside job. And we know the connection, Jay. We just can't. We don't want to talk. We don't want to give away the end. We don't want to give away the big ending.
Well, I ask at the beginning, did you say Keith Davidson got arrested?
Yes.
Really?
He went to the.
What happened with
he
him?
Went to the San Pearl with Lori Burbage.
What happened with him?
Keith Davidson and Lori Burbage got arrested. I'll tell you what happened to Keith Davidson. He turned federal witness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. That anything
And they
to do with
weaponized
President
the
Trump
FBI to get to Donald Trump. Yes.
Or Cohen?
It's all coming out in about 30 days, my friend.
Protected
Okay,
witnesses?
good. I was just curious if your timeline's still right. You're looking for October 15th?
Sure.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, good.
I'm looking to have a trailer before that, like one that I start plastering. So,
excellent.
Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
All right, Bubba, thank you.
All right, man, thanks. Let me run in late. Let's get on time. We'll come back with Patrick Mahomes.
Perfect.
A few other things.
If you liked that segment, then you'll definitely like the new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
And I get to tell the truth. Danny's amazing. Danny's a game dayer. Like you. He's a game dayer, for sure.
Don't let me forget Mint Mobile.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure chat's killing me. Bubba's talking about the fucking sex tape. Oh, fuck.
At what? In the arbitration.
You know, it's hard, Dan, to gracefully eat these pancakes.
Yeah, it's like eating chicken wings gracefully.
Yeah, it's tough to...
Or crab legs.
It's tough to not look like a heathen while you're eating these fucking things.
That's true.
You got a hair gimmick today, D?
What did you say?
You got a hair gimmick today?
No, but I have a full day.
You got hair? Did you do your shoulders?
Yes, I did. 2 sets.
With not as much chest?
Not as much chest. Oh, he's gonna rehab your shoulder. I've been doing.
Trying.
Good, Bubba.
If you can build the muscles around it,
That's
it's
smart. That's gonna make it.
Yeah, it doesn't fix it. Doesn't fix it, but it helps.
He's already rehabbed it. Now he needs to strengthen it. So.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Hi, everybody.
What's up, Bulldog Tommy?
Hi, Lummy.
Hi, Bubba.
I gotta write my little notes. I got a bunch of shit to do today. Lummy, do you got the 199 roster?
Sort of.
Get zero?
No. We got the normals.
What girls?
Right now?
Merch
Kirk and not a fan.
How about Maria?
Tease. I have not heard from Maria.
Can you reach out to her?
Yes.
How about Wiz?
I have not heard back from.
I think Wiz must be mad at us or something. I'm starting to think that Wiz is mad. I mean,
She was trying to get off work.
Dear Wizzy, are you mad? Check yes or no, please. Dear Wizzy, why do you hate us? Thank you. I know Wizzy hangs out on YouTube, and that's where I'm at right now. So Wizzy, why don't you tell us why you're mad? Hi, Brian from Philly. I know she works, but she doesn't work fucking at 8 o'clock on a Friday night.
Since she got she took off last week.
Who you yelling about, Wizzy?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she ain't coming tonight.
Well, she might have got off.
Probably busy. Busy bee, man.
Whatever.
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you short a rack now?
Morning, guys.
Rack City. Rack City.
Do you need an understudy rack?
Oh,
10, 20s, and a 50.
All right, if you got a rack, we need you.
What's up?
See, Wizzy, hi Tina. Wizzy won't even say anything in chat, Lummy.
Let's see if she's on.
She's not even
working.
My friend.
I don't think she's on. I don't think she's in chat right now. what you
Hey,
got there.
Tim, England. What up, buddy? You're better.
We're gonna have to address these hostilities on the next Ladies of the BRN podcast, hosted by me.
Hey, Lummy.
69.
Does
Gripper Lips gave me a funny cup that has my cock on it.
is the Alex Stein thing? Should I play that?
Let's see if it's up there.
It's on our X, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we never played it. I saw it though.
No, we have it on our X, don't we, Lum Lum?
Talking about New York?
Good morning, my friend. Hope everyone
Yeah.
had a great weekend.
Yeah, Lum. He's talking about when he got yoked out of the New York City one.
Can you send it to me, Lum?
Yes. Just 1 second. Sorry, I was.
You better be there, Maria Guatemala. Please. Thank you. In advance with those jugs. Dim jugs. Say it, Seth. Dim jugs.
Oh, juggies. Jugs.
Last one again.
I say we just do a 1 hour 99.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, all at the Bubba Army, now returns.
I'm over here finger messing around with my inner ears because I had them off. Sorry for the delay.
Your cochlear's messed up?
My what?
Your cochlear?
My God. You're so funny. You are. Sometimes you're so goofy.
Why
that
are you-
you're
why are
funny.
you
You're just
goofy?
funny.
Why are you sunning me? What do you mean?
You're just funny as hell. Like it's so inside that only a real radio guy would really know what you're talking about.
I don't even think.
But if you know what you're talking about, and you know that it's a reference to Rush Limbaugh, and he was on pills, and he had cochlear ear implants. It's fun. I mean, it's deep. It's deep. You got to go deep on it. But if you know, it's even that much funnier. You're sometimes brilliant.
Dennis Miller, like
what? That's exactly what I was doing, Bubba.
I know you were. You know how to work. Don't you, kid?
I got a bag of Rush jokes. Don't make me go back in my bag. I got more.
Speaking of more, Lummy, can we agree that my new music AI can make you a parody song app that I got that SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, is full hot on right now. I made it a bit. I made a segment. I made a couple songs. One about Seth being a snowflake. One about Lummy's the best producer in the world. You know, anything that comes to mind, Lummy, I should be able to make a song about it.
You can.
And I made one about my mom being a great mom. Janie Cakes is the world's best mom. And I put, Phoebe's the best mom. And I made one for little Sammy. And maybe it's not big time radio show quality, but it's, average consumer quality. If like little Sammy, for instance, she thought that was the coolest thing ever. My mom, for instance, when I sent her this little song, told her I got this new AI app that will whip up little songs, and my mom's hearing about how cool she is and she's the world's best mom. It's not as brilliant as the Seth as the Seth Kushner cochlear ear implant. That's like just really, really deeply comedically funny. Very, very, very talented.
Thank you.
And mine is, let me a little hackish, if you will. I got a new song AI app that I can just plug in anything that I'm thinking, and it'll whip me up a song. And it's from time to time, I'm going to be honest with you. I know that I told you last time that I was only going to do, make it a sec. But from time to time, Lummy, I'm going to play one of my goofy little AI songs.
Perfect.
And if people don't like it, if you don't like it, well, screw you.
Are you going deep on the AI songs? Or are you just putting in one line, or are you writing the whole song now?
Well, no. You can't write the whole song. You just got to put what the concept or what you want. That's all you can do is put your concept in there or the title of your song, and then they AI around it.
So this is like a dumb question. So do you like ask it specifically, like write a song about Seth Kushner that
No.
puts him over the top? I mean, what do you do?
What you do is you go in there and you title so I put Seth is a snowflake. That's what I did. That's all you do. Is you give the AI app a title or a thought, and then they wrote a song about it. Like, for instance, I put Dan has a hideous truck. Okay? And then you go in and you pick, like, if you want it rock or you want it like pop or you want a male voice to sing it or a female voice to sing it, if you want it to be like studio quality or like at an outdoor concert feel. And then in 2 minutes, for the most part, it whips up a song. It completely writes a song. Now, their songs they're AI. And, they're not as good as professional parody song writers. But I don't know that there's any of those left.
But where does it get the data about Dan's ugly truck or Seth's snow? Do you give it information?
No, I think it continually learns. What? I think the app continually learns
online
from the whole world, from every user, from everything. It learns the things about hideous trucks and just from what people input. The way that I understand AI, and maybe Red or whoever can help me out, is it's constantly learning.
So for somebody like you guys who have a lot of content out there, does it like go through all the content that's available out there to come up with that? Because I mean, someone like, a normal private citizen, there's not going to be a lot of information on them, I don't think, online.
I think they just use generalities.
Okay.
So like, for instance, let me give you an example of, I just typed in Dan's new, here, I'll even show, well, no, because it'll show, don't broadcast this, Rhett, but I don't want to upset Dan. I don't want everybody to see the app and what it's called.
Or you're out of business.
Oh, has that already happened?
No, I just know.
Oh, yeah. So here is, don't show this. This is the name of the app right here.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
And then this is what I typed in. Dr. Dan's new truck is hideous. And then I picked rock, male voice, and this is what it came up with. And again, this is all AI. Completely, no humans involved.
Dr. Dan rolls down the street, engines roar, a hideous beast leaving pain in its core. The paint is peeling, the wheels are cracked, no one can save.
See, now, they don't know that it's a cyber truck and that it's really beautiful because
there's no paint.
Right, but again,
Jimmy's falling off.
I just want you to hear the hook. Dan's hideous truck.
Track.
Oh, might be right.
Can save him, he's falling off track.
And again, this is my show, and if I want to do a few of these a week, everybody screw off.
That's right.
I mean, my 3 parody song guys pretty much quit me.
Why?
I don't know. You might know. You're the union rep for everybody.
No, not Dr. Match Steve. He didn't quit. John from Naples is just busy, and Carlos is
hates us.
It's Carlos.
Carlos is Carlos. Seth means he hates us.
No, Carlos loves us.
Yeah, they're just busy.
A monster in disguise.
A monster in disguise.
So hard to see. Dr. Dan's new truck, a symbol of loss. Cruising for sorrow, he's paying the cost. Hiding behind steel, his heart's worn and torn. In the deafening silence, a new soul is born.
All right, so this might not have been a good example. Dr. Dan's truck is hideous, but this, I've not heard this because I don't know, for whatever reason. Oh, don't show this. I typed in, I absolutely hate Babyface. That's what I typed in yesterday, Seth, when we were doing the show.
Oh, yeah?
I absolutely hate Babyface. And it turned the song into Babyface Nightmare is what they turned it into. So
with an album cover.
Yeah, with an album cover. And so, I'm going to play it, and I'm going to be honest with you. It could be great, or it could just absolutely suck balls. I think Dan's song sucks balls. Like, it's not good.
I agree.
I think the next one I'm going to put is Jay is a better lawyer than Dan.
Oh.
And then see what it whips up on that. That might be my next one. Or maybe Jay is, this will even hurt Dan even more. Jay is richer than Dan. Oh, that'll kill him. That'll cut him right to the core. That's what we're going to have for, you'll be here Tuesday, correct?
Yes.
Okay, Tuesday. What's the song?
Jay is a better lawyer than Dan.
No.
Oh, sorry. Dealing with a couple things. Sorry.
Jay is richer than
Jay
Dan.
is richer than Dr. Dan.
Yes. Now, here's the Babyface song. I typed in, I absolutely hate Babyface. He was really dinging me yesterday. Hey, I think I got through it pretty good.
You did.
Yeah, we addressed it on the Blizzard, which will be coming out in the next couple of days.
Did the Blizzard say that I endeared it pretty good today? I mean, or is it the Blizzard like, Bubba's a narcissistic asshole, and he's so thin-skinned that he can't take it? I thought I took it all pretty good.
No, it was more from Brian's perspective about you taking shots at Brian and specifically him being adopted.
Oh, so it's okay for him to take, oh, my God. I mean, if I took...
Tune into the Blizzard and find out.
If I took 7 shots at him, he took 26 at me.
He can take shots at you for Janie Cake not jumping hard enough on the trampoline.
Yeah, but I can't take shots at him and he not knowing who his real family is.
No, you can. He just said there was an uptick in the adoption jokes yesterday.
Did he abide by the rules and he still got under your skin?
No, the rules are out the window. He can do whatever he wants.
He broke Rule 4 in the 8 o'clock hour.
Yeah, please.
I mentioned Blitz.
It's like whatever. Now again, this could be horrible,
or it could be great.
So it is what it is. And I heard Dan's truck yesterday and I didn't think it was that good. I wanted Jay to hear it and it's obviously not that good. See, like Jay, I could help you with your wife. Like I made one for Phoebe.
You could?
I made one for Phoebe. And I sent it to Seth to give to her, and it was like Phoebe is the world's best mom, and it just talks about her being a kick-ass mom and everything, and she actually gave Seth some ass for it.
See, I bet you that would be great.
So if I put like Candle's the most beautiful wife in the world, and this whipped up a song, and then you gave it to her, I mean, that could maybe pay dividends. Next time she's mad at you, just say, well, you know what, honey, I made a song for you, baby. Just want to let you play it real fast.
Want to hear it here? Here's how it goes.
Babyface. The AI has decided to call it Babyface Nightmare. I typed in, I absolutely hate Babyface. And by the way, Lummy, it took like a day to make it.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
You just put in a line and
no.
dumps it out.
No, hold on. Usually with something that's not adversarial, they will. Like Phoebe's song took 2 minutes. Because Phoebe's the world's best mom. There's no adversarial about that.
Oh,
right?
okay. They got to dig deep when it's negative.
Yeah,
it's like buying a handgun. There's a cool-down period.
Yeah, but when it's negative, man, they got to really, learn some stuff. It took I swear to you, it took a whole day to get. I just got this morning.
Let's hope it's worth it, Bubba.
Yesterday when I went to bed, Lummy, it was still buffering.
Wow.
It took a day and a half to get this done.
What was the energy footprint required to do the AI on Brian?
I don't know.
Matroni?
Anyway, I typed in, I absolutely hate Babyface. This morning I wake up to a new song called Babyface Nightmare. Here we go.
In shadows deep where whispers creep, a face so smooth but the heart won't speak.
Ooh, that's so far.
Pretty good.
Behind that grin, a veil of lies. With every smile, my spirit dies.
I can't. What did it say? Babyface what?
I couldn't hear it.
It's hard to understand.
Kind of got muddied.
They got to mix this again.
Yeah.
Underneath the surface, I see right through. Your polished lies are a bitter taste. No chance.
That's dead on. Hold on. Let me. In the shadows deep, where whispers creep, a face so smooth, but a heart won't speak. Behind that grin, a veil of lies. With every smile, my spirit dies. Your baby face hides a monster's rage.
That's
Yes.
good lyrics.
That was the hook that we couldn't understand, Lummy. Your baby face hides a monster's rage. I absolutely hate baby face. It's true.
That was funny.
Underneath the surface, I see right through. Your polished lies are bitter a taste. No chance for love, just a heart laid to waste. I see through the mask, your deceitful charms, a puppet's dance with deadly arms. You think you're safe in your plastic skin, but one day soon you'll feel the sin. Your world will shatter, no more disguise. I mean, this is actually pretty damn good.
Wow, they went big
I
time.
absolutely hate babyface. It's true. Underneath the surface, I see right through your polished lies, your bitter taste. No chance for love, just a heart laid to waste.
Your deceitful charms, a puppet's dance with deadly arms. You think you're safe in your plastic skin, but one day soon you'll feel the sin.
I mean, for
pretty good.
So listen to this, Jay. For just typing in, I absolutely hate babyface. It's pretty damn good. If that's all the information they know, this is all. I typed in that. I typed in I want it to be a male. Inside of a studio sound with a rock feel. That's all I typed in, and it whips up this. And quite frankly, maybe we get to. I think it's pretty good for just knowing that knowledge.
Well, you didn't say why you hated Babyface.
Right.
It honed in right on it.
Your world will shatter, no more disguise. I absolutely hate babyface. It's true. Underneath the surface, I see right through. Your polished lies are a bitter taste.
You just need that for a soundbite, Bubba.
Oh yeah,
I hate babyface.
I just need that chorus right here. Hold on.
No more disguise.
Hold on. Okay, here. This is all we need. I need this clip, guys, when you can.
I absolutely hate babyface. It's true. Underneath the surface, I see right through.
Boom. That's it.
Your polished lies are a bitter taste. No chance for love, just a heart laid waste. Your world will shatter, no more disguise.
So Lummy,
I know what he hides too.
Oh, you do?
He hides how horny he is all the time.
He what?
He hides how horny he is all the time.
Oh yeah, he is. He's always horny.
Big time.
Really horny.
He's got to hide it though to be a professional.
Mm-hmm. He might be a freak.
Big time.
And anytime he gets like a little bit of a pass to stay late at night, he wants to go all night long.
He wants to go to Penthouse Club after the debate.
So literally, we did the debate show, and him and Dan, did it, and everybody gets out of here to get home, and Babyface has literally leftover Domino's pizza, these monster alcoholic beast deals, Lummy, and he goes
lobster chips,
and he goes, man, who wants to go to the dollhouse? I'm on me. We're like, what? So your wife gave you a pass for tonight, and now you have to take it till 3 a.m? We're trying to get home.
He settled for getting a test ride in Dan's Cybertruck.
I absolutely hate babyface. It's true.
Oh, this might be even better when he breaks it down here, Lummy. I absolutely hate babyface. It's true.
Absolutely hate babyface. It's true. Underneath the surface, I see right through.
Yeah, right there. That's even better.
Your polished lies are a bitter taste. No chance for love.
I mean, I think there's
That's
a lot
pretty
of
good.
I think there's a lot of people that could use this song. I'm just telling
But
you.
the polished lies, I mean, it's just
Yeah.
like, it's awesome.
Because he does. He polishes.
He's
his lie.
smart. He's
He is
smart.
so smart and vindictive and so just evil.
Polished lies are a bitter taste.
I'm gonna send this to his wife. She's gonna love it. Next time he acts like a dick, she's just gonna hit.
She could send it to him.
She can just hit this on her phone.
No chance for love, just a heart laid waste. So take your smile and fade away. This darkened heart won't let you stay. So take your smile and fade away.
And he is really toothy. So let me, we make fun of his smile sometimes. So take your smile and fade away.
This dark and heart won't let you stay.
All right, so Jay, I mean, it's $49.95 a year for the pro version of this app.
You got $49 worth out of it right there.
Yeah, I mean, hell yeah.
I think you need one a year and you're doing all right.
Lummy, I'm going to go to words so we're not late. We'll come back with the Patrick Mahomes stuff.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes says, listen, Taylor Swift and all these other people can get involved in politics, but I'm here to play football. And all I'm asking you guys to do, which is realistically, if you want to stay just middle of the road and not instantaneously get heat from 50% of the world. Listen, even Taylor Swift, the most influential, biggest star in the world, the biggest personality star, most famous person in the world, she drew a definitive line in the sand and she threw her endorsement to Kamala Harris. So, but even being that big of a star, there's a lot of people that are mad at her.
My wife and daughter immediately stopped following her, my 12-year-old.
Yeah, so
on her own.
Now, she's the kind of woman where losing a percentage of her audience doesn't matter because she's still the biggest star ever to live, regardless of who she endorses. But not everybody has that volume to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And so
who's getting real heat now, Bubba?
Who?
Caitlin Clark, because she liked Taylor Swift's post.
Right.
Really?
So people are jumping off Caitlin Clark.
Especially being from Indiana.
Just liking a post.
Well, but when you like a post, it's kind of the same as writing it.
I know. And then when you have these
I had to learn that the hard way. Tom Bean would be like, when I used to go crazy on Twitter, let me write.
Yes.
I'd be like, Tom, it was only a like. And he'd be like,
okay.
He'd be like, but it's the same as saying it.
As endorsing it?
Yes. So, and so if you're in Indiana, which by the way, Indiana.
Little Wilbur's Afterbirth, $100.
I mean, literally, Kamala Harris could win 49 states in America, and Satan could
she ain't winning Indiana.
I can't even tell you the last time Indiana went Democrat.
I think it was Obama.
Maybe Obama. I don't know that even went Democrat during the Clinton, powerhouse years. But Indiana is as red gets. And Caitlin Clark probably should know her. I mean, I don't know if that's a good look or not for her. If you figure in where she's playing, the city that she's playing in. I mean, if she's playing in Chicago, that's probably not a bad look. If you're playing for the Philadelphia team or.
But why does it matter? Like what is it if you enjoy her as a basketball player?
It doesn't. It shouldn't matter. But unfortunately, Seth, it does.
You're not going to hear me say this a lot, but I agree with Patrick Mahomes.
I do too. You know what Patrick Mahomes says?
And The Rock and all the people that are not taking a position.
You know what Patrick Mahomes says?
What?
Register to vote, baby. That's what you need to worry about. Registering to vote. Getting out there and voting. Do your research and pick who you want. But more importantly, register to vote.
Yeah, it looks like the last time was 2008 to Obama.
There you go.
Indiana.
I'll come back with that. But listen, let me just right now, before I go to words, I'm going to go to my little music app.
Yeah.
And I'm going to type in, and I'm going to see how fast it'll whip it up. Jay is richer than Dan. And we want to do what you see: confident, melancholy, uplifting. You want to do a rap?
Yeah.
Oh, let's hear
Let's
rap.
do a rap.
You want to do a rap?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Let me see. We'll make a party, and then let me see blues, rap, and do we want a female or a male voice?
A male.
Male voice, and studio or live. Let's do studio. It's better. Okay, there we go. Boom. Lummy, it's thinking, and it said, by the time, Lummy, we come back from commercials, it'll be ready. I'm going to immediately send it to Rhett to have Rhett upload, okay?
Sweet.
All right.
If you want to deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back after these words.
I
AI times.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Still, it's giving me the buffer, Lummy. Usually it whips it out faster than this.
It's 9:20. Everyone at work is using AI.
I was gonna say people are killing time doing this shit.
8:30, you probably have no problem. What's up, Tina? Thanks for noticing.
I mean, Jay, with the legal community, a lot of what you guys draw up order-wise is very formatting. It's the same. It's not a wonder that the legal industry hasn't adopted AI in filling out. You type in the information, and then it fills it out. It writes a complaint or something for you. I don't know.
They're trying to get software implemented where it can do things like demands and pleadings, but you have to be very careful. It's garbage in, garbage out. We've been trying to come up with a way for it to do stuff like that in my office, and all I can basically do is summarize medical records. I mean, I was like, I want you to compare the deposition testimony to the medical records to the Defense Act. You know what I mean? I want to compare 4 or 5 things at a time. That's what I thought AI could do. Nah, right. Not yet. So it's very limited for lawyers. It's really for lawyers that don't know what they're doing. You know, hey, draft a complaint on this. You know, where you can just figure out how to do it by researching yourself. Courts have admonished lawyers for relying on AI.
Right. I thought it was supposed to be done in 2 minutes, and now it's thinking.
He's not here.
Damn it. Not him being here, just it not being done. Fuck.
Maybe we just tease it through the night and have a debut at 199. We got the new Dan J AI song tonight, 8 o'clock, Twitch. Be there.
It's like the Blues Brothers that was promoting their concert that night. They were going through. Remember they were?
No, I don't know those guys.
You never watched the Blues Brothers that was taped exclusively in Chicago?
I don't know, like my dad made me watch it, but I didn't care.
I guarantee you did. It's a Chicago-based movie.
I understand. So is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I fuck with that.
So is Varsity Blues. I'm sorry. What was
Varsity Blues was Texas, I think.
No. Risky Business.
Right.
Was in Chicago. So was Home Alone.
That's true.
Really?
You got me there. You got me there. You got me there.
I never watched Home Alone from start to finish.
Oh man.
I found him to be the most annoying human being ever when I was in. It came out like when I was in college, and like the last thing I was going to do was watch Home Alone.
If you got kids,
what up, Rob?
If you had kids during that era, you had to watch it.
Of course, I didn't. I was a kid still, so it was like, you know, when you're a 20-year-old man, the last thing you want to do is watch Macaulay Culkin squeal like a pig in front of, you know, the screen. I hated it. And then with my children, I'm happy to say I still haven't watched it. By the time I had kids, we're watching Elf, which is the best.
Thank you, Berto. I just got to edit some
stuff up. What's up, C-Rose?
They were hanging the light yesterday when we were doing the podcast, so I gotta edit some shit out of it.
Berto Perez, what up, buddy?
I'm telling you, we need that
Where
white
was
strap
Cocktails filmed? That's funny, Tom Guru. Cocktails and Dreams.
Stop, reach out to them.
From the Bubba account?
Yes.
Okay.
And we like to have you in the studio.
I see his shit all the time.
Bubba, I know it's short notice. We created an email for the new Hall of Famers to send their pictures. It's bust@bubbaarmyhq.com. Okay.
What up, Steve? Wish I was. There was waves here yesterday from that hurricane. Kitty surfed 5 hours yesterday on the Gulf Coast while I worked. Dr. God, what up? DDP for life. You have an awesome weekend too, my friend. Stop and go, Steve.
It's not like in my.
I should have walked away. Should have walked away.
The Orlando Content House Shindig. It's going to be a bunch of dudes doing stuff dudes do. Happening November 15th and 16th. If you want to come see this freak show, email us orlando@BubbaArmyHQ.com. Let the crew know if you want to be registered for Friday Night Fight Night. Orlando@BubbaArmyHQ.com. The BTLS show now returns.
My zookeeper. You guys all hate. Bubba's got a new shiny object parody song app that you guys all hate.
Are you talking about
us?
Are you talking about us or them?
The audience. Yeah.
Because you know we love it, Bubba, right?
I think you guys do. Well, I don't know. Here's the deal. Anytime that you say that you like something, you're always screwing with my head because I got to decipher.
Is it real?
As to whether you're being honest or not.
I know. I'm with you, buddy. I support you, even if no one else does.
See, then you come back with that. furthering, screwing
the
with my
question
mind.
in doubt in your mind.
But you're not.
But what you don't realize is, as much as I may care about it now, in the moment as we're doing the show, the minute I walk out of the studio and I hit my machine, I can care less about anything. I can really care less. That's why I don't talk to you guys off the air. Like, well, you know what? We got a great show. We'll figure it out on the air. But what's on the air? Is it real? Is it not? Do we hate each other? Do we like each other? What?
You still want us here for tonight, though?
Of course.
Okay, it sounded like you didn't. It sounded like you're getting your chair and
No.
don't talk to you till Monday.
I mean, tell me right now. When's the last time I was really mad about anything?
You mean at me or just in general?
Just in general, with regards to the business. Like, when's the last time I got, and you guys might come up with something that was relatively soon ago, but I can't think of. I got to think that I've pretty much calmed down a lot.
I don't know. I can only think of maybe just like if you left the show early, maybe one day.
When was that?
I mean, I don't know.
It's been. I mean, it used to be
months.
like you say that and it was like, oh, last week. It's hard to come up with an episode where Bubba went off for no reason.
So anyway,
I could say it, but I don't want to say it.
No, don't say it.
I know what it was, but it was a year ago.
Well, I typed in on my little song app. Jay is richer than Dan, and it initially comes up with your song will be ready in 3 minutes, almost like a Domino's Pizza app when they're sending it through the gimmick. But then it goes into a button out, and then it went from that to when it's really thinking because something might be negative skewing. Even though I have the explicit button hit, now it's giving me this buffer thing, and it's looking like anytime it gives me this buffer deal means it might take a day so to get the song. So we might not be able to debut it to maybe tonight on Bubba 199.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
Woo!
So we'll open up, if it's done by then. I mean, Babyface's song buffered for, 18 hours. Hopefully.
Dan hopes this takes 19.
Yeah. So I can't, I'm so riveted. I want to hear it so bad because Dan will freak out on it. He will.
So it's his rap, too.
Hopefully,
we haven't heard a rap one.
And it's a rap. I've never had a rap yet.
I can't wait to hear the voice and see what the beat's like.
Yeah, and you should be able to pick black guy or white guy, is what I think.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can really decipher it like that. So anyway, it's looking like my new AI-generated song, Jay is Richer Than Dan, might be, hopefully, if it's available and done by tonight's Bubba 199, I'll play it. If not, we're going to have to wait till Tuesday because Jay won't be here on Monday.
What if it's done by 10? Will we play it today?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But what does it mean when somebody says the Daily Cube 2.0?
That they're being real dicks.
They are.
Really?
Yeah.
Seth, that's one person that does not like this AI thing.
I know for some reason that was staring.
Why don't you just go ahead and tell me who that person is, so I can get a better understanding as to how insignificant they are to the overall Bubba Army, financial business template.
That looks like it's
some guy that is
Nolan Reagan.
Nolan Reagan. Some guy that hasn't even bought a goddamn bumper sticker from us, but wants to get on, I'm assuming Rumble.
No, he's YouTube.
Okay. What's his name?
Nolan Reagan.
Yeah.
Weren't the Daily Cube days? Weren't those like years ago? So he's been around.
And listen,
Yeah, true.
It was at a low point of my. It was at one of the. With regards to entertainment roster, with regards to roster and talent, it was probably one of the thinner times.
You're in rebuild mode
during the show. Well, no, I wasn't even rebuild mode. I was I think I hit rock bottom. I mean,
Who was on the show then?
Well, let's not get into all that.
All right, sorry.
But saying that that my new little song parody gimmick, which I'm going to do from time to time, is Cube 2.0. Quite frankly, Lummy, pisses me off that I think you should block that person.
Whoa.
Why are you thanking him, Dark Match?
Oh, and now Dark Match is thanking him?
Thanks, Nolan with a big heart. What's up, Steve?
What's that mean, Dark Match?
That's what you do. It's your gig.
Does that mean you approve it?
Nolan earlier said that that Dark Match Steve doing parodies is still number one because it's him writing the song. So
I agree with that,
and I would agree with that.
And Nolan said he dropped the tray, by the way.
Okay, well, don't try to pull the nose up now because you've been so mean.
Thank you, Ryan.
Because you cut me deep down to the bone, Nolan. You dick. You cut me deep down to the bone.
Was there something with clown wigs back then too, Bubba?
I don't know. We had prosthetic breasts too.
Oh, goodness gracious.
There's a lot of things, and there's a lot of eras of the show and things that I've done. Looking back now, seem and feel stupid. But as you're executing them, you're with the people that you have to help. It's as good as you can.
Nolan's getting kind of a fan club in YouTube.
He sure is.
That's great. I just see you want.
Come on, don't flip out, Bubba. We're doing great, man. Come on, we're having fun.
Okay, hold on.
Having fun.
How would you feel?
Bad. I would feel bad
if you were me, and you had this Nolan dude who's being a real dick, talking bad about my new little AI. You know what? Then okay, here's the deal. Hold on. All right. Because of Nolan.
Oh, he's from Indiana too.
No, hold on.
Look at that.
No, hold on. Nope.
He's your boy.
Be careful what you wish for.
Oh no.
Because of Nolan, I'm never going to use this again on the show.
Oh, come on. We haven't even gotten his songs yet.
Nope. Jay, you were just saying Nolan's getting a little bit of a goddamn fan club.
No, but because he said that Steve does better content.
Be careful what you wish for, Nolan. So guess what? Now you guys can thank him because you guys got what you want.
Nolan!
You think my little AI sound making app is stupid? Which I say it is, but it's funny. I mean, like the Brian Matroni song, I Hate Babyface, is pretty funny.
Bubba, don't hold out.
I'm not going to run it. It's not going to be a heavy rotation. When I make a song up, we play it a couple times that day, and then I'm not playing it on I'm not posting it, not trying to shove it down your throat, not trying to open up the show with it. It's a one-timer.
Chat wants to hear it, Bubba. They're turning on Nolan right now. I swear to God, they're turning on him. They're turning on him.
I'm not giving in.
Look at it. Bad damn Nolan.
Hold on. I am so goddamn mad right now because you all co-signed with them. No, you all co-signed with them.
We love your music.
You all effing co-signed with them.
You're my favorite artist.
No, F you. F everybody.
The Beatles of AI.
I didn't co-sign with him, Bubba.
F everybody. Be careful what you wish for.
You're Bubba McCartney.
Go ahead and be a smart ass, and then and you got what you wanted. You're such a smart ass, and you could never give me the benefit of the doubt, and I'm stupid, and it's the Cube 2.0.
I said I wanted to hear it.
No, I'll send it to you privately.
Oh.
I'll send it to you privately.
Bubba, one Nolan.
Jay.
One Nolan.
Jay.
Come on.
You said yourself. Don't lie. What? You said yourself he's getting quite the
I think I said
support
that
in chat.
I wasn't trying to say that we should stop hearing these wonderful tunes,
hold on,
Bubba.
Johnny Moore's baseball. Nolan for chat president.
Oh wow.
No. YouTube chat's turned on him.
No, they haven't. They Nolan for Prez.
Would you be willing to bring Kegels back, Bubba, if you're taking this away?
Oh Jesus.
Look at the ones up for. Nolan sucks.
You won't even look over because you
F and Snow.
I didn't know.
You don't
looking right at you.
Hey, buddy. How's it going over there?
I mean,
Is he
there's
staring
so
you
much.
down, Bubba?
There's only so. I mean, my skin can only be so thick.
Let me rub some lotion on it, Bubba.
If every goddamn time Michael Jordan missed a shot that he had to hear about it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but
Are
you're
you
just
kidding me?
But you're talking about how great his life is now, Bubba.
No, I'm talking about how mean chat really is, and then how they just try to screw with me, and they're so mean to me, and they do not, everything that I do or I think of sucks. And then when somebody does a deep cut, like Bubba's new AI song generator is the Cube 2.0.
717 JLR, $10 classic Bubba rocks.
And hold on, this is classic Bubba because this is telling everybody to right here. I got double flip off, just like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Screw you.
Happy Friday.
If you're gonna be mean to me, and I'm just not gonna sit here and constantly take it.
Poodle Baller said, "Have it write an AI song about Nolan."
No, I'm done. You're never going to hear another AI generated song ever again. I may make some for myself, but I'm never going to put another one on the air ever again.
I just want to go on record as saying
even though the Babyface one was actually pretty good.
It was
actually pretty good. I'm never, ever going to play another one ever again.
Biggie 7375 $10.
It is.
Nolan and the haters.
It is a dark day for the BRN. This is when I said enough is enough.
Seth, when was the last time Bubba had a meltdown?
Let's see, 9:36, Friday the 13th.
Oh God! Is today Friday the 13th?
Seth, put yourself. You've been in radio relatively long. What if, as the host, not the co-host in the Ballbuster, but the host, who is also the boss, who also owns everything, who also has built all this infrastructure, worked my ass off on trying to get where we've become, and your group of people just constantly tell you how much you suck, how bad you are, and don't even appreciate. And when you come up with a little goofy AI gimmick, shove it right up your ass. I'm just asking you to be my friend and be on. How would you feel if you were in my position, sitting in my shoes?
It would wear you out after a while. I get it.
And then you get Brian in here, which is funny, but is
exhausting.
Is taxing. To every time I say something, there's an emulation or
$10.
Act like Bubba and make fun of me. I'm stupid. And listen, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny. And I try to take it the best I can. But when you fundamentally don't know anything and you've never sat behind a microphone that I now have for 38 years, and you don't have any idea to do a radio show or any type of compelling content show, put a microphone in front. Everybody, all 1,024 of you in chat, less Seth's 4 or 5 fake puppet accounts, put a microphone in front of you for 4 hours, and let's see how fucking funny you can be.
Drop a microphone in chat if you could do this job.
Oh, don't put that, please.
Wow, sorry. Just trying to get interactive.
And so I try to keep it moving along. I try to keep things funny. I try to keep things fresh. And you get a guy like Nolan who comes and just cuts you right down to the bone. Eventually, you're like, I'm done. I give up. I'm done. I give up. I'm done trying to think outside the box. We'll just do stories all day.
No, stories and songs, Bubba.
Yeah.
Stories and songs.
Well, no, we got to cut the song part out.
No,
According
no
to
one's
Nolan,
cool.
He says it's the Cube 2.0, and the Cube, quite frankly, was stupid, and everybody knows that, and that's cutting me down to the bone. So it's okay. It's not. Listen, I'm gonna do a commercial break here in a few minutes, and I'll be back to say goodbye.
At least it's not a point system.
We didn't get to Patrick Mahomes, Bubba.
We'll get there. That was another slight, Brett.
Come on! I was trying to be funny.
Again, you can see that I'm at my lowest. You can see that I'm mad.
Normally this wouldn't bother me, but I know we have 199 tonight, so I know we have to come back and deal with whatever.
How about this one? At least you don't have to stare at Dan Cybertruck in the security camera every day. I don't even want to call it a truck. Battery box.
He's got it bad, Bubba.
Rick DeTrio 25 on the Venmo.
Michael
They
McGinnis says
pay
I
for
could do
ceiling.
that job with my hands tied behind my back, and I could probably make more money driving a trash truck. Boy, you guys are just
No, that one I got it. That one.
No, but like,
Don't dog the business, man.
But I'm saying that's the Jay. How could you walk into your business when as you were walking through the parking lot, there were 6 people that told you how bad your business was, how much you suck, how much you don't know, and these are the 3 things that you're doing wrong.
You're like the Danny Dine from last week.
And you know what? While you're at your desk, there's this constant chat that's scrolling through, telling you how much you suck, and then the people that work for you pile on and tell you that you suck, and then a guy that you have in on Thursdays, his whole gimmick is just about how you suck. Eventually, it gets to it. I'm just gonna be straight on. It gets to you after a while.
I never thought about it in that context, but if I were doing a Zoom deposition or anything and I was looking at the screens just like I am right now, and in the corner I had a bunch of people second guessing what I do without having any experience, education, or training in what I do, let alone 38 years of experience. Yeah, I understand, Bubba.
Then you get this.
I get it.
Don't worry
totally.
about it. The Diacos are funding the garbage truck. Like I get that. There's all that mentality from that the only reason why I let you guys on the air is because you're paying for everything. Boy, I wish it was that easy. I really wish. And so again, while you're doing your job, Jay, Zoom deposition, whatever. For 4 hours every day, you have to have these people tell you how much you suck, how bad everything is. And then your paralegals, Dan, your other partner, they come in and they take hacks at you. And one of them on Thursdays, that's his whole shtick, is to tell you how stupid you are with deep cuts. Get off me. I will smash you in the mouth.
He's giving you a hug.
Not loved right now.
So, I'm just telling you.
It would be unbearable.
It's just
if I had anyone that did that to me,
ridiculous.
Once a week, it would
in all
it
the
would be very, very difficult.
In all the years of my career, I've never had a period that I felt more hated than I did now. And back during the Cube 2.0, Lummy, we really didn't have that many people watching or listening, so people weren't really even clowning me that bad back then because people just seemed nicer. When we had a smaller group of people and it was very intimate and it was only on Twitch,
people are meaner.
People were so nice.
People are mean behind the confidentialities of a chat name, and they just feel compelled to say whatever hateful things they want to say, and that's why I don't do X, and I don't deal with those things.
Arms.
I can't.
And then they try to use my own mentality against me. Oh, Bubba, we show you love with ribs. Don't. Where I am shooting. Trust me.
This isn't a work.
Trust me, I'm shooting. They may think they're working, but that's the whole process in itself. Who are they to determine what's the work or the shoot? They've become so entitled. Not the good ones.
No, just a handful of bad ones.
Not the good ones. Not the Wizzies and the Iggies and the Cable Dogs and the Scout and the Big Gulps and the John Costicas and the Bubba Lights and the Big Reds and the Creatine Travises and the Bob Cooks and the Teese and the Susan Poitrases and the Mitch DeMarcs and the Nashes and just all the great people. And the Bob Cooks and the Airtight Ski Poles and the Shivering Niz Kenny Priz. But, what's the guy's name that was being the Nolans? The Nolans come on here, and then I have one of my guys, and I'm not mad at him at all, say, chat's really rallying for Nolan. Chat's rallying for Nolan. Your song thing is Cube 2.0. And everybody just having a big oh yeah, funny, Cube. All right. I'll eliminate what you think is stupid. I will no longer play anything from my stupid AI little song generator. It was good while it lasted. Okay? There you go. We have to do some words, and then we're going to say goodbye.
Okay.
Not going to even be that long. I don't know. I might get to the Patrick Mahomes stuff. Probably won't. Probably just going to tell everybody goodbye. I'll see you tonight. Not real happy right now. I'm kind of over it.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
What about a poll? Should we bring it back?
No. Fuck
No? You're done?
Nope, I'm not giving them fuck them. I'm not giving them any input. Because a poll is them having a voice. Fuck
Okay,
them.
that's a way to empower them. I get it.
Okay, no big deal. No big deal. Eat my pancakes, which should make you guys mad. Who wants to see a fat ass eat pancakes? Nice looking wide shot. Rat, keep it on the wide shot if you could. That way it doesn't show me eating and I don't get heat.
And the studio looks amazing. Those signs really.
Mummy, can you tell Rat to flip it over to the wide?
Yeah, I think Macho's. Yeah, you got it.
You're wide.
Yeah, you're wide,
You're wide.
Bubba.
What?
You're wide. We're wide. You're just probably a little delayed.
Okay, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Caviar, that's funny,
If you
man.
ever think you can't see it, Bubba, just look right there. That's live.
Oh, that's like.
That's like back. We're looking what they're doing back there.
Okay.
$1.33. That's
Thank
fine.
you. Man, I wish we were on an unedited forum.
Oh, you were gonna go off on him.
Can I read something from Caviar?
I love Caviar.
Caviar, he makes a great point. He goes, what other radio show has a Nolan?
Yeah.
B-Buck
None, because they don't deal with them.
No one needs a Nolan.
No, they don't deal with them. Other radio shows ignore these people.
B-Puck says Nolan is Babyface's burner account.
Probably. Again, back to Babyface and all the fucking heat he brings.
I saw him in chat. Honestly, I would probably just blame him. Secretly.
Babyface up?
I'm giving Nolan his own podcast.
What's it gonna be called?
See, I still gotta put up with the rails.
I see you keep waiting.
All right, I'll stop. I'll stay home tonight. I don't want to.
Who you lying to? You get paid to be here.
I know, but I'd take the hit to not cause any more hostility.
Nah, trust me, you wouldn't.
That's bullshit.
You're both. Now you're lying. No, Seth Kushner taking a financial hit isn't in your vocabulary.
Well, I mean, I'm not here to make everybody's mad. Everybody's
nobody's mad. Nobody's mad. Fuck it, Nolan. Nobody's mad except at Nolan. That's all they're mad. Just Nolan.
Honestly, is it too late to get him in the Hall of Fame?
Oh yeah. If you're in going into the Hall of Fame, please send your pictures to bust@BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Oh, I mean, we'll hit that next. And that's how we'll end the show.
Yes, I'm still sleepy. It's because I'm a fucking professional. I know how to do my job. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. I'm halfway decent at something.
Oh, you're good as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't read Matroni.
No, me. I was just so.
Brian, what are you doing?
Oh, Brian, stop.
That can't be. Is that really Brian?
Yes!
Just stop,
There's no fake Brian Matroni.
Well, I didn't know.
hold on.
Maybe Jay.
So
No,
Jay,
I don't. I'm not fucking. I don't ever provoke Bubba.
So look, I mean,
ever.
like, what the fuck, Brian? Like,
Yeah, man, I don't fuck with Bubba ever.
All right, Brian.
the fuck?
Babyface has nothing to lose. His face is already flattened, Bubba. What else could you do to it?
Babyface got timed out.
You timed out Babyface!
No, put him back. I mean, just let him fucking spew his shit. Everybody loves it.
We're going into the weekend.
Let's let Since Babyface is so fucking great,
can he come tonight?
Let's let him. How about Monday? I take the day off and we just let fucking Babyface and Seth. We just let do it without me.
Well, I mean, could we use AI songs
when you're not here?
Like we missed.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. Now return.
Lummy, I think you guys have established, excuse me, a email address for those people that have been elected to be in the Hall of Fame, all 12 of them.
Yes.
And we need to start the process of getting their busts made, and that requires us to get like a CAD file to get to Grouper Lips. And there's a company that does this specifically. Costs us about $1,000. We pay for it. I think it's like $850 or something like that. Yes. And so, but with that, Lummy needs a certain type of picture, and so we have established an email address for you to send that picture. And Lummy, what is that?
Bust, B-U-S-T, at BubbaArmyHQ.com.
So B-U-S-T, bust, at BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Yes, that's it.
Now, have you reached out to all of those people and told them, what we should do, Lummy, was we should send them a little tutorial of like, hey, it's Lummy. Like you send them a little email. Hey, it's Lummy, and this is how I need you to take a picture. Take your iPhone or whatever type of phone. Take a picture of you looking straight on, and then take a picture of you to the side. I think
that's it. Yeah, I don't have everyone's email, so it's pretty much, it just makes it easier if they email me email there, and then I can explain it.
So if you're a Hall of Famer, please start communicating immediately with Lummy at using the email bust at BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Yes.
And then Lummy will advise you on how to take the pictures, and we will make sure that we have your bust ready to go for our celebration.
Should they send many pictures?
No, just two. All we need is two.
Okay.
Side and front.
But Lummy, I mean, maybe
both sides.
Not both sides.
No, we don't need both sides.
Like, and Lummy, if they send a picture and it's not good enough, will you tell them to redo it?
Of course.
Okay, cool. There you go. Bust at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Hello? Last call, and then I'm out of here, Lummy. Not really feeling it today. Hello?
Hey, guys. It's Carlos. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I wanted to go back 2 segments. Hot Mike, when you guys were talking about movies, and maybe this could cheer you up a little bit. Did you, movies from the 90s, did you ever see Dazed and Confused, Bubba?
I think I did.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew McConaughey.
I watched it recently,
all right.
and it made me think of Bubba so much because it was a movie in the 90s with Ben Affleck, and it was following a high school senior class, and I think the graduating date was the exact same year you graduated, which I think was 85. 84, okay, and it was following these football players. It just reminded me a lot of what you've told stories of your high school experience, and if you watched it, I think that would really put a smile on your face. But the other thing that will put a smile on your face is if you guys listened to the Loner and Stoner yesterday, the last 5 or 10 minutes was Tuttle melting down on Joe the Supermark, and it was hilarious.
Really? Now Seth, are you familiar with that?
Yes, I enjoyed their podcast this week, actually.
If somebody could get that for me, let me maybe for Monday, if I decide to show up or not.
Oh, boy.
It might be Babyface hosting the show.
For the record, I really like
that.
the Babyface song. I'm sorry that Nolan was a dick, but we love you, and I hope you guys have a great 199 and an awesome weekend.
Thank you, but I appreciate you.
What a guy. You said earlier that he hated you, Bubba.
He loves me. He's a great guy. Love him. Tonight at 8 o'clock. live tonight, 8 o'clock.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian Lummet.
I'm just straight for the slate markings. Number 2, take 2. Seth Kushner describes his what he does here at the BRN, and action.
Seth Money is zesty co-host and president of podcasting.
That's it? That's how you want it?
Do I need more?
Good evening.
Co-host Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council.
Co-host J. Diaco Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Rhett, the filthy ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.